Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is Simply Debbie Sue, and this is somebody who I've been sort of getting to know. I would like to say that I know the channel better by now, but not yet. So I run more videos than I watch. I'm sure a lot of people do that. I'm sure everybody understands that. This is how some of us get through hundreds of videos a week. But I have managed to catch a couple of videos from this creator. One of the things that I was taken away with right away, first of all, the banner lets us know they're bringing faith stories and simple joys, but when you read their about section, they let us know they're just a simple soul nestled in the heart of the Virginia mountains where the porch swings slow and the stories run deep. And I think it's wonderful when creators put a little bit of their own personality into the things that they put out there online, including their YouTube channel. So that's what Simply Debbie Sue is doing here. So she's going to bring us some spiritual inspiration, a lot of chance to get to know her, but a chance to get to know the family as well. I just watched this video literally while I was getting ready to start Superchat just 10 minutes ago. A wonderful video where she's got her sister visiting. They had tea together. Her sister brought her some handmade jars to keep her tea bags in. Simply Debbie Sue apparently really loves tea, and then she finished off by reading a poem to her sister about their sisterhood, and I think that is really, really wonderful. I think it's extra special when in real life friends and family members are supporting each other, especially when the number one complaint that I've gotten over the last 9 years on YouTube is, why is it so difficult to get our in real life friends and family members to support our YouTube channels when we can find people online who are willing to do it easily? So this is why, like I said, I think it's extra special when we do see that kind of thing, and we've got lots of friends who have stories along those lines. Simply Debbie Sue right now is working on 1,200 subscribers. We'd love to push her a little bit closer towards that milestone. She's got a few shorts to get the channel started as well, with 1,600, 1,700 views on a couple of these, and she has been a loyal and dedicated supporter ever since finding us just a few months ago. So I hope everybody will connect with her, and thank you everybody for coming in. We've got a little bit of activity in the chat. Elevated Chills came in and dropped a super chat. Van Lott did the same thing right behind them. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. We'll get around to spinning the wheel shortly. I always put members and moderators onto the wheel right away as soon as we see them in the chat, and over the course of the next 3 hours I will add names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of today's stream. So next up, Elevated Chills. Let's see what they have got going on. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Looks like actually Elevated Chills has a lot going on right here. So they've got quite a bit of information on our about section, on their about section, pardon me, raw conversations, hustle and money moves, everyday life from a different lens, and game-changing mindset gems, which sounds pretty cool. I can see that they're using AI systems for the thumbnails, but these are starting to look just beautiful, vibrant, colorful, and I wonder if everybody remembers just a year ago when all of these AI thumbnail systems were making so many spelling mistakes and things like that we couldn't even use them, but it's really put everybody's YouTube channels into another level where we used to struggle, some of us, with our thumbnails. If you're not by nature a graphic designer, you'd have to rely on this stuff. But I'm just going to grab the latest video from Elevated Chills. They've been a longtime friend. I'm going to put this video into a special playlist I have. I call it my catch-up list, and that's exactly the playlist I was just talking about, where I was watching Simply Debbie Sue's video before we started. I knew there was a video I literally had to see before we started today's stream. So I wanted to make sure I caught that one. And playlists can be a great tool for keeping caught up or getting caught up with channels. Elevated Chills has some shorts here, a couple of them at 1,200 views, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. And they've been live streaming every few days lately. So hopefully they'll keep that up. We got notification bells on for every single channel. Hopefully I'll catch one of those. And then Foraging and Urban Farming is celebrating a milestone right now. They're dropping a super chat. So we're going to look at their channel right after Van Lot. And thank you, Elevated Chills, because they just did the same thing. Super chats and memberships are absolutely unnecessary on this channel, and I mean that wholeheartedly. But we do give them a little bump and just put them onto the screen right away in order. And within a few minutes, I'm sure we'll get around to spinning the wheel. So let's see what Van Lot has got going on. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. My dear goodness, have we got a very overwhelmingly busy beginning. So thank you, everybody. Scratch and PPA, Just Jason Keto, Jesse Journals and Unboxes, and Kristen Welton are all towards the top of the wheel as our beloved and dedicated moderators. Michael's Adventures is also in the house. He'll have a premiere coming up right after Tuber Chat at 8 p.m. He's on every day, twice a day, 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. for half an hour each as a minimum. James Money 615 is a longtime friend in the chat. Big Dude 1234 and Hollis 6448 have both been added to the wheel just a moment ago. Silver Assassin Metal Detecting was early in the door with Rita Crystal Dragon Creations and Cove Action, and then the Pharaoh Grandma and High Plains Camper are both there with Cruising on the High Seas and Travel as well. So I'm trying to catch up as we go here, but we'll look at what Van Lot has got going on. I see JGP Jr. in the house, and then My Reborn Adventures is in the house also. And then yeah, it can be tough, especially on a phone, to catch some of these names in the chat. The handles have been tripping me up for weeks. Shauna CCC, good to see you in the house. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know Mac Movement is here. Sandra James Living It is also in the house. The Nichols 13, I've seen them out supporting other creators quite a bit lately as well. And then the Feral Grandma, yes, I got them on the wheel. Create and Relate needs to be added. And what we're looking at is Van Lot. This is a fairly new entrant into the Tuber Chat family. Van Lot's just been with us a few times so far, but this creator hopped in and grabbed a gold membership like right out of the gate. So they have their channel seen every day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, whether or not they're here, even though they've been here for every stream, for which I'm grateful. I certainly don't expect it from anybody, by the way. You know, I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. Like I hope we all do. And Van Lot, though, has been with us for every stream since finding us, and they do a ton of live streaming themselves, actually. This creator is going to bring a lot of spiritual inspiration, but they also bring us some remarkable work in a wood shop. Big Daddy's Wood Shop, I believe they call it as well, right? We see from the avatar there. And they're working on all kinds of different interesting projects. When we look at the shorts on the channel, we see a little bit more of this with some variety mixed in. 1700, 2100, 2500, and then live streams. I've been lucky enough to catch at least a couple of these. And they've got different themes during their different live streams as well. Sometimes they're in the shop, sometimes they're reading devotionals or giving us some other spiritual inspiration. And then as well, they've got mail call here, which is great. I'm always happy to see happy mail from any creators at all. So Van Lot is an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. As a gold member, they got their link dropped every 30 minutes or so as well. We'll see that soon enough. And they're working on 500 subscribers. We know that that's an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. So hopefully we'll push them a little bit farther. If you haven't already connected with this creator, I hope you will. And then Yeah, I always I appreciate it as well, Van Lot. I try to make the rounds as much as I can, and I often say, as long as everybody is doing as much as we can for each other, everybody will be just fine. We're seeing channels growing faster than ever, getting monetized faster than ever. I'm not going to say it's easy, but I promise you, it seems a lot easier today than it was 9 years ago, as YouTube has changed, lowered the barrier to entry on a lot of things. But thank goodness that we have a community like this and many others where we can find loyal and dedicated supporters willing to get behind our channels and our journeys. Okies Eden is in the house. Stephen Wire is here. I'm going to get them on the wheel. They're streaming every single day. Mike's Adventure Sparks is in the house. I see them out supporting people all the time. I must have run into them half a dozen times just in the last few days supporting other people. Okies Eden, I think I said. And then, yeah, Cove Action. The weather here has been out of control. We started with rain this morning, went into almost sun. It got close, and then we were dodging hail for a second. That's no joke. And then back to sun, and now it's just gloomy and sitting there. But I don't think the weather can decide what it wants to do. I'm in Niagara Falls, Canada, so a couple hours away from Cove Action in Syracuse, New York. And then foraging and urban farming is coming up. So thank you again, Elevated Chills and Van Lot, along with foraging and urban farming, for these super chats. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. And then we will likely get around to spinning the wheel shortly. I know we got one more channel we got to look at first. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. New Times, New Beginnings, good to see you in the house. Have Fun in Nature is also here. Ravens fan is a longtime friend. They've been with us for years as well. And again, I know I say it a million times. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. What is Jessie saying about pizza now? Jessie dropped her video, Jessie Journals and Unboxes, earlier, and literally I felt like one page out of her book today, you'll have to go to her channel to see what I'm talking about, was probably meant for me. I joked that I wanted to make wallpaper out of the beautiful pizza imagery she put together. Fluffy Diva TV, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Izzy Pop is in the house as well. Izzy Pop 3. That is a creator who's been a dear friend ever since finding the Superchat family a couple of years ago. But they had to reset and restart their channel. So I hope everybody will look at Izzy Pop and make sure, even if you think you're subscribed, go over there and double check. Because resetting and restarting means setting up a brand new channel and losing all your subscribers. So we'd like to get them moving again. Last look, I think they were at 300. We'd like to push them towards the 500, get them monetized again, of course. Ms. TT Mix Vlogs, good to see you in the house. Did I catch you today or was it yesterday? I can't remember. They were doing a live stream, and the days are blending in together for me for some reason. I've had quite a bit of YouTube time this weekend, which I've been grateful for, but I can't remember for the life of me if they were on live yesterday or this morning. And then hopefully I'm not missing anyone. I know I say it 100 times. But let's look at what foraging and urban farming has got going on right now. When we look at their sub count, they've hit their 1,000 subscribers. So thank you for the super chat. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. But great to know that you're celebrating a milestone. And then now, hopefully we can get a few more subscribers to this channel so that they can keep that 1,000 locked in. Whenever you get to a milestone, I know it's easy for me to sit here and say this, easier said than done, but you want to keep pushing, want to keep meeting more creators until you get that like 5 more or 10 more so that you get that 1,000 locked in. Even us here, even in the Tuber Chat channel, we know what it's like to hit 1,000, dip back below and have to get it back again. Thank goodness we got lots of friends and we've had a lot of help. So thank you. Yes, Miss TT Mix Vlogs. It was probably one of the first streams I hopped on this morning, but thank you for that. And glad to be able to catch you. You know, some of it depends on how the channels are getting recommended. You wonder to yourself, why do you see some of your friends all the time and some of your friends almost none of the time? Only when their channel comes up for some reason are you like, oh, there's somebody I haven't seen for a while. It's YouTube doing this to us. So we got to find ways to make sure that people don't get forgotten, right? We all want to not forget the people who got us where we are. I have a system in Superchat where I make sure nobody ever gets forgotten, ever. I'll show it to you right now. It's easy. Anybody can use this. First of all, Nightbot is a chatbot that almost everybody uses. And Nightbot keeps logs of your chat for 7 days. So you're able to go back and basically see what everybody said. And if you know how to do it, you can copy and paste that into a spreadsheet, and it'll give you a count on subscribers, how often they're there, how much they're chatting, and things like that. But this is Streamlabs, and forgive me, Foraging and Urban Farming. I just want to take a second to show everybody this. But this is a system they have, part of their cloud bot. I call them chatbots, cloud bots, whatever we want to call them, right? And Streamlabs has the same thing. You'll see it popping through the chat today, dropping messages. We could talk about how that's done. I could show everybody if you would like. Like Streamlabs right now is dropping a message because Izzy Pop 3 just dropped a super chat, so their link gets dropped automatically right after. The only thing we ever have to do is be careful about the promises we make for those things, especially with memberships and super chats and other monetary support, because these chatbots are out of our control, and if they don't show up one day or don't work one time, you don't want to be promising something that is not your fault when it doesn't happen, if that makes any sense. Six Poses Back is here. Ryan Parker Studios from PK Adventure Travels is in the house. They're a member. I'm going to get them on the wheel. A lot of times we have creators with more than one channel. I don't want to recommend it, but if anybody's got more than one channel, you're welcome to come in with both, as long as they're treated separately. But Ryan and Mel have done that ever since the beginning. But I got Ryan Parker Studios on the wheel. Adventures of Spirits, E-Ventures of Spirits is here. Crafty Witch 232 has been added to the wheel. And forgive me while I'm bouncing back and forth in my speeches here. I don't mean to dance around so much. So when we're looking at Streamlabs, this is a system. You can see I'm on a loyalty tab for their cloud bot over here. Anybody can get this for free. And as you refresh the page, as the stream goes on, you're going to see different values here change, right? So Van Lauded, High Plains Camper up at the top of the list here, and pretty soon my guarantee is that Scratchin' PPA will make his way to the top, as he does almost every day. And this is a way that you can not only see how active everybody is in the chat, but I copy and paste that after every single stream, literally 933 times I will have done after today, where I save them in spreadsheets so that I can run them on some kind of a system. I'll likely be using Claude Code or an AI in a few months to do something special where we look at almost 1,000 streams worth of people who've come through, and with the exception of only a glitch or two, every single person that has ever been here can be recognized, not just subscribers, not just members, not just super chatters and things like that. And then, yes, Ryan Parker Studios. I often say, out of experience, that running 2 channels is much more than double the work, I promise you, because you start thinking about cross-promoting and everything else as well. And then Ryan Parker Studios is working on watch hours. So I'm going to make a note of that, and I'm going to show you another system in a moment where when your channel comes up, I'll show you a system that I've got for playlists that I've been doing. And if I forget, just please remind me, even though I made a note that I probably will forget anyway, because I always do. Michael's Adventures must be shaking his head along with our moderators, because I make notes for myself and then I don't look at them well enough and I forget what goes on, and then I look back like a week later and say, why did I miss everything? 2D Life Family 25 is in the house. That's Derek's Journey. And Wheat's Art is also here. Forgive me, Foraging and Urban Farming, you get an extra screen time while I completely butcher my introduction of your channel for today. But they have hit a milestone, which is exciting. Thank you, Izzy Pop, for the super chat. By the way, their channel's coming up right after the Nichols 13. And then what we're looking at, Foraging and Urban Farming, there's another channel I'm still getting to know. My Mima taught me about gardening, and I make my family help me just like she did, which is great. We don't know much, but we know it well. I like when people are making me laugh with their about sections. The reason why I like it so much is literally because when I write anything, sure, it's professional and everything, but it sounds like it came out of a textbook. Sounds like it should, not anything remarkable. So I'm happy when people put personality into things. I know I've said that before. So Foraging and Urban Farming, I'm still getting to know as a channel, though. I'm just going to grab another video. I'm grabbing the second one here because it's a few minutes longer than the first. And when we're connecting with creators, we always want to be looking for videos that are 3 minutes or longer if possible. That, of course, is a minimum. So myself personally, I try to do a little bit more when I can, whether it's watching a longer video or in the case of shorts, maybe watching 2 or 3. It's the same 3 minutes, right? And then shorts on this channel, though, have gotten into 10,000, 11,000, 16,000 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they've been on several times a week for a couple weeks. I'm perplexed as to why I wouldn't have caught you since like 2 months, it seems already. This is an example. So for Foraging and Urban Farming, forgive me for not remembering how long they've been with us, but it's got to be several months by now, if not much longer. And Van Lot is a channel that's just come in. So how can I catch 4 live streams from Van Lot and only 1 from Foraging and Urban Farming? This has to do with the YouTube algorithm, the recommendation engine, and that's why I mean we have to come up with systems and ideas to make sure our friends don't get missed. Otherwise, this kind of thing happens, and it's okay. You know, like I said, as long as everybody's supporting each other, and doing as much as we can, everybody will be just fine. But even when I set alarms, even when I'm sitting right here in front of the computer and I know somebody's on, I still miss stuff. We get lost in what we're doing. Time flies. We all know that. So any extra effort we can make for each other is always hopefully much appreciated by everyone. Kyle Vlog Channel, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And Foraging and Urban Farming is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They have been ever since finding us. Let me see if I can figure out how long they've been with us by now. 2 months ago. Is it not as long as I thought? I thought they'd been with us for several months by now, but I could be mistaken. It might have been just a couple of months already. But it shows you how much work they're putting in. They're already growing, hitting milestones, and I've seen them out supporting other people as well. Sailing Cook George is here from Toronto. Don's channel is another longtime friend. Good to see you in the house. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anyone. I know Rushing Wind Mountain is here. Ruby is everywhere. That's a creator who's been with us for what I insist is 5 years now at least. Drunken Chef Barbecue, good to see you in the house. They've been with us for several years as well. And then, again, hopefully everybody will connect with Foraging and Urban Farming. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Nichols 13 is coming up for the same reason. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Wheat's Art is in the house. If I didn't say hello, yes, I did. I got them on the wheel as well. Hopefully I did. And Jeremy D-Day's in the house also. He's been with me for long over 6 years. Tuberchat's 6-year anniversary is coming up in a couple of weeks now. So hopefully everybody will set your reminders. The stream is already scheduled. And I did change something today. This coming Saturday, I finally have the 6th episode of our interview series ready to go. Be Amazing Sylvia joined me for an hour-long conversation where we talk YouTube, our friendship, a side business that she's got, and our journey, both together and separately over all these years. So I hope everybody will watch that. I was planning to stream after, but I decided not to. So we'll run that as a feature that day, and then we'll wrap our streams around it. But 2 Saturdays from now is the 6-year anniversary of Tuber Chat, so I hope everybody will join us if you can. And then, pardon me, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know I say that 100 times. The Nichols Journey is going to bring a spiritual inspiration as well. Pardon me just for 1 second, and then we'll talk about this channel. What we're looking at here is obviously spiritual inspiration. We get that idea right away from some thumbnails and the banner here. But when we look at the channel, we also see that there's a bit of variety. So since May 29th, 2005, they've been growing, learning, laughing, giving God the glory, which is great to know. Just real life, real love, real moments from their home to ours, which is great to see. So I see quite a bit of what looks like gardening. Yes, they say garden right there. It looks like they're bringing us into their home as well. And the spiritual inspiration is apparent throughout their content, as we can see. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that in my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to get another piece of content watched here. The Nichols Journey is another channel that I'm still getting to know. But what I do is literally like go through videos when we're here. When I put channels on the screen, I put those videos into that playlist, and then after, at some point before the next stream, I can get through that playlist. Now sometimes I'm out of time and I just run it, but as often as I can, I just watch videos. What I do with that playlist is I'll take all of the videos after the stream today. There'll probably be about 30 of them in there. And I drag them up and down and reorder them. You could do that on a phone or on a computer. What I do is I put the shortest videos at the beginning of the playlist and let it sort, not sort, I do it myself, but sort it all the way to the longest videos at the end. What that allows is when you have half an hour to sit there and watch videos, you can watch like 20 of them because all the 3, 4, and 5 minute ones are at the beginning of the playlist. When you're out of time and you're down to the 1 hour videos or live stream replays, if you can't sit and watch, you can let the playlist run out, and I do that every day. So, oh, I meant to put a Nightbot thing, Scratch and Pete PA. Maybe I never followed through on that either. But thank you for that message. Sunny side up. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. They haven't been doing much YT right now. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with a break when it's needed. Hopefully you'll be back at it shortly, and we'll be ready for you when you are. And then the Nichols Journey shorts on their channel have gotten into 2,000, 3,200, 3,500. A mix of indoor and outdoor content by the look of it. And then live streams on the channel as well. And they've got a couple of these that are coming up. Actually, they're planning on streaming tonight. So they're doing both a horizontal and vertical, or landscape and portrait live stream, which is great to know. And that'll be actually, they'll start before we're finished here, but they might be on afterwards. So hopefully I'll catch you afterwards for that if you're going to be on longer than an hour. And it looks like they've got some spiritual inspiration to share with us. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Nichols Journey. Obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then Izzy Pop 3 is coming up. I have a feeling I'm missing all kinds of activity in the chat here. And let's see what Izzy Pop has got going on. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. I feel like one of our plugins is not working here correctly, so I'm falling behind. And then what I'll ask for, Scratch and Pete PA does a better job of keeping up with the chat than I do. So if you do vertical and live, does it negatively affect watch hours? So Wheatsart, I can't imagine that it does, because it's a feature that's built into YouTube now, even though other platforms have allowed it. YouTube's actually allowed it in different ways for a long time. Some channels out there have like 10 live streams going at a time. Some of the biggest channels, for anybody who's seen like those ones with the lo-fi music, which they're trying to avoid because the system got flooded with that. But like, there's a channel that got recommended to me forever ago. I find it mesmerizing. I don't watch it often, but once in a while it comes up, and it's a train conductor. They've put a camera like out the window of their train, and they go through, I think it's Norway, and really unbelievable. But sometimes Rail Cowgirl is the name of the channel, and they've got stream after stream after stream on some of these channels. So I can't imagine that it will negatively affect the watch hours. However, I have not done enough horizontal and vertical at the same time to even remember where I would find one on any of my channels, because we don't do it here. We probably won't, but I'm unsure. On my personal channel, I don't even know if I have one that's available that I could go and look at the watch hours. I'd be curious to know, for anybody that does that, if you want to share here in the chat, if the watch hours seem to work out the way that I would imagine, where you might get watch hours for both the vertical live stream and the horizontal live stream based on how many people are watching. Whether or not they both count for public watch hours towards monetization is also something I can't say with certainty, just that I predict that it's fine. So that's an idea. So I would bet that anything that YouTube allows or has as their own feature on their own system has to be good, right? Or has to be something that works in our favor. You're not going to get guideline strikes or other reprimandations, if that's even a word, for any of the things that they're going to provide, let's just say. Thank you for the gifted membership, by the way, 2D Life family. I certainly do appreciate that. We'll put your channel up right after Izzy Pop. I think that's right. Hopefully I haven't missed anything else in the chat, but my plugins don't seem to be working perfectly. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier, where we have to be careful about the promises we make, because we don't control Streamlabs, Nightbot, any of the other ones, even if we pay for them. So if we promise somebody we're going to do something and those things don't work, then we get ourselves in a little bit of trouble. Luckily, everybody's friends here. Most people are going to be understanding. I've never had a problem yet, but you do want to make sure you have a backup plan to make up for promises that can't be fulfilled, let's just say. And then, yeah, Sailing Cook George, separate chats for both formats on the YouTube system. There's other systems out there that allow you to have a merged chat, which is likely very helpful, but it depends on how people are streaming as well. And then thank you, Rushing Wind Mountain. I do have you on the list. And then Sally D's Reality, thank you for the wonderful comment today. I did see that in the background. Sally D's Reality is another obviously loyal and dedicated supporter. Nichols Journey Extras. Oh, they have another channel as well. Okay, I'm going to put that one up in a second. Forgive me for not remembering if you told me that already. I'll put that one up right after 2D Life Family in a second. Oh, I see. Just Jason Keto says if your viewers come in from the Shorts feed because of your vertical live stream, then the hours might not be counted the same way, and even the views might not be counted the same way. The other thing I would bet on, it seems to me that when we have vertical live streams, people are coming in and out more frequently because you're drawing in potentially more new people. They also could get turned out or off of the stream quicker because they're looking for just anything. You know, the shorts feed allows us to be found by accident randomly, so it's like you know, winning the lottery kind of a thing. But if somebody comes and they're like, oh, this isn't my thing, they just take off right away. Whereas, you know, those of us in the Tuber Chat family will give each other a chance. We'll give new channels or small channels, or if we accidentally fall on something we didn't intend, we might watch it for a second to give them a moment, right, before taking off. Whereas, you know, we know the TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts thing is flick, 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 and let's just beat it. Sarah's Presswood, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Crafty Witch 232, word up, Andy, you know it. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know I say that 1,000 times. Martin Miller, good to see you here as well. And then when we look at Izzy Pop, we see a friend that's been with us for what I think is a few years already. Forgive me if I'm wrong. This creator has always been known for their elaborate and outstanding graphic design and video editing and animations. This creator has remarkable banners, avatars, thumbnails. As you can see, when I roll over the videos, you see some of the animations that are here. Now, this creator not only brings this content, but the whole point of what they're doing is to share with us so that we can understand what tools are available online for us to do this kind of work, and then how to get them done, let's just say. This creator as well has got shorts over here, 1,700, 1,900, 2,800 views. And I've known them to do plenty of live streaming. They're typically on like several times a week. Lately, they've scaled it back to about once a week, but hopefully they'll pick that right back up. So 316 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 400. We know that they're thinking about now. This is the creator I mentioned in the chat earlier today that had to reset and restart their channel. So even if you think you're subscribed to Izzy Pop and you haven't heard me say this 100 times, then by all means, please double check their channel. Izzy Pop 3 is the handle, and make sure that you're subscribed, because it's very possible that that's not the case. And then Izzy Pop, as you start getting towards the 500 and are working on watch hours, I'll be happy to run the channel at any time. And I've got this new system that I'll show everybody. I was going to wait, but I'll just show everybody right now. What I'm working on is an AI system with Claude Code, which is like a life-changing system. And basically what I'm doing is running playlists right now. And as a test, I've been having this thing make playlists. So what it can do is reach out to a channel through the back end, through like the YouTube API, for people who know what that is. And it hits a channel and grabs all of the longest videos on the channel, whether they're live stream replays or videos, and puts them in order and makes a playlist of the longest 99 videos on any channel. Because when I run playlists, I can't get the thing to stop stopping after 100 videos usually. And then it makes a playlist on the Tuber Chat channel for me. So here's like Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official, you see, and then Michael Harper is a longtime friend. So this is how I've been running videos for people lately. The Feral Grandma, did I run this already? I guess I ran the Feral Grandma already. And then Covaction I'm working on right now. And you can imagine this is a cool idea, right? Because we can get the maximum amount of watch time, considering it's the 99 longest videos on a channel, longer than any playlist anybody's going to make in most cases. This one here has 92 videos. I knocked out a couple that I'd already either run or seen. But you see that this also times it out, and it says total watch time 2 days, 7 hours, 37 minutes. Right? And the videos get shorter as they go along. 47 minutes here, down to 26 minutes here, down to 18 minutes here, and somewhere around here is where I would have stopped. And now I got a bunch of red lines, not all the way across, so I have to refresh that and see what I'm going to do. But you get the idea of what I'm working on. playing around with AI every day. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Soldier Farms LLC, good to see you in the house. Sarah Presswood's working on more videos as well. They got their phone fixed, so they're hoping to have more content, which is great to know. Lexus Ice Lexus Ice ASMR, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. And then our instructions are always in our video description so everybody can get the most out of their time here. So hopefully everybody will connect with Izzy Pop. This creator always does a great job of keeping up with the chat when they're on. For the life of me, I'm not going to remember the name of the second channel. Izzy, if you can fire it into the chat as fast as you can, I will appreciate it. Izzy Pop and Scully Pop together. Scully Pop is the author that reads to you, Scully's House of Thrillers. Where is the other channel? Is there any chance that you've got one linked? Yeah, pardon me for a second. I'm just stalling because we want to support Izzy Pop as much as we can. For the life of me, I can't remember the name of the new channel. They started a new one together where they're working on. If I could remember what the project is, then I'd remember the name of the channel. We might have to delay. So we'll bring that channel up afterwards. I'll put it on the list. But Scotty J Travels, good to see you in the house. I caught them for a live stream last night as well, I think, right? It was last night. And then 2D Life Family is still coming up. Nichols Journey Extras is a second channel from Nichols 13 that we're going to put up. And that I missed for a second there. And thank you again for all these super chats and gifted membership from 2D Life Family. I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support. And my dilly-dallying has paid off. When we get another channel ready to go here, we will make it pop. Is the extra channel. So it's literally, and the handle's exact for the channel name, which is great to know. We will make it pop as a channel brought to us from Izzy Pop and our dear friend Scully Pop. Scully Pop's been with us for years. And they're already at 42 subscribers, which is great to know. And they will help us give YouTube creators proven workflows to cut production time in half and finally hit 1,000 subscribers, which is great to know. And it's funny because they start the next paragraph saying they built this channel because they know the struggle, and they certainly do. A lot of the ins and outs, a lot of the positives and negatives that come along with YouTube, so they can help people for sure. And like I said, Scully Pop's been with us for years. It could be 5 years, might be closer to 6 by now as well. We've been here for almost 6 years, so it might be close. So hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And then Ryan Parker Studios. Ryan Parker Studios is dropping a super chat so that we'll look at Scotty J Travels. We'll do that when we get back from a break. I mentioned an interview series of videos that we've got on the Tuber Chat channel now. All of the guests in this series are longtime friends of ours. Some of them have been with us from the beginning. Most, actually. And Be Amazing Sylvia is one of them. They've got a brand new episode coming on Saturday, so I hope everybody will catch that. It's about an hour long. We'll do it in place of a live stream. We've done that before. These creators have all given us a generous amount of time to go over all the things that they know will help us when we think about how to get 10,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. So, Edna, thank you for all of this. You mentioned comments earlier quickly, and that's one of the things that comes up in every interview. Of course, we're going to talk about likes, views, subs, and everything else, but comments are a very important part of our interaction with our audience. So, what can you tell us in your experience of 8 years now about how to entice more comments on your video shorts and streams?
Um, I can't remember who told me this, but
Mhm.
years ago somebody told me. I think I was watching like somebody that I always watched, and one of the things that they said to grow your channel was to always give your audience a job to do.
Okay.
Always give them a call to action, because that's going to keep the people engaged. So if I'm talking about cruising, and then you just kind of have to know how to just ease it into your sentence. So it's
Okay.
like, thanks for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. But then also, if I'm talking about a specific thing, like the slot pool, I'll say, have you ever participated in a slot pool? Leave a comment, let me know. Uh,
Hmm.
and
Right.
say that. And it's like you're just saying it so naturally that people aren't even realizing that you're making them be engaged, because now they want to tell you their experience,
Yes.
the slot pool. Um, if I'm doing regular life vlogs, like I'm notorious for not liking to try new things. So
Okay. Yes.
everybody's always trying to make me eat new foods, and if I'm eating something, I'm like, have you ever eaten this? What did you put? We have a big debate um, about grits. I don't know if you eat
Okay.
grits.
No.
Does sugar go on grits, sugar or salt? So that's always, give people something to talk about, and they'll have to, give you their experience.
Hmm.
Um, Another thing is to sort of have like an intro and an outro.
Okay.
Um, if I'm doing a live stream or whatever, it's just like, hey guys, come in. If I'm doing a video, it's, hey guys, happy whatever day it is. Happy Tuesday.
Hmm.
Welcome back. If I'm doing a sit down video, then I say, hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for clicking this video. Because I feel like a sit down is so much different than a vlog. With
Certainly.
the vlog is like me talking to my friends. Hey y'all, this is where we're going to Target today. Let's walk
Hmm.
around Target. But if I'm sitting down, that means I'm doing something real specific. I'm only talking about what the topic is. So
Right.
thank you for clicking this video, because thank you. You have an interest in this particular topic.
All right, we're just about back, and I'm going to talk about 2D life in a quick second. This is actually a longtime friend who's been with us for many years that just gave their channel a bit of a change here. There was a couple of things I was about to mention. When it comes to the idea of all of the things we do here, whether it's connecting with people, swapping playlists, and everything else, the best success always comes from making the first move, reaching out to other creators, and doing the things for them that you wish they would do for you first, knowing that they'll turn around and do the same thing. And then as well, I know that Jessie was asked about memberships on her channel. So not that I want to call out Jessie specifically, but there's lots of creators who have different feelings about memberships and things like that. Her response in the chat, anybody could read it right now, is that she wants to it kind of associates that with providing more value in members only content. YouTube's really promoting that kind of thing. When I'm on YouTube, I'm sometimes on a different account and I watch a few channels that do things I'm interested in, whether it's the AI systems or it's crypto or a couple of different things. And even over there, some of those creators who are not a part of the Superchat family feel the same way, right? As an idea, many times I've recommended, and I don't expect anybody to, I don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do. I don't expect anybody to take what I say as meaning that they should do or not do the things that I say. Sometimes I speak very quickly. I'm sure it sounds that way a lot of times, but that's not the intention. But what I want to do is just throw ideas and concepts out there that everybody can consider, because there's mixed feelings about all of this stuff, super chats, memberships, gifted memberships, and everything else. But I'll tell you how I think about it. Just throw my 2 cents into the ring so that you have another perspective if you haven't already heard me talk about this kind of thing. I always recommend for channels that don't know what to do about memberships, I say if you're unsure, my recommendation is to offer a $4.99 membership. Whether or not you have members only content, you can do some emojis quickly if you want to. You don't even have to. Everybody gets the membership badge, right? It's a bit of a way for everybody to kind of show in the chat, hey, I support this channel, over the top, I like them that much, or whatever, however you want to put it. But then as well, if anybody needs help with a few emojis like that, there's lots of creators in the chat that can help. If you're really stuck, you can just ask me. I'll do it for you. It takes me 2 seconds, right? But when we think about memberships, so many people have so many different ways of thinking about this. So what I do specifically is when I'm out there in the YouTube streets, bouncing in between people's premieres, live streams, and everything else, I certainly don't give back all of the monetary donations that come through super chats and memberships that come in, but I do give back a significant amount in my own opinion, right? So I'm out there super chatting people here and there, usually for things like birthdays or milestones, or sometimes just because. What I tend to do is gift memberships on channels as opposed to super chats, because in my opinion, creators get way more excited about the idea of a gifted membership. Let's say a gifted membership happened to be $4.99 and a super chat happens to be $4.99. My belief is that most people would rather have the membership, because there's always a chance that the person who receives the gifted membership might continue afterwards. So I can tell you right now that it doesn't happen as often as everybody wishes. My experience tells me that about 20%, maybe a little bit less, tend to continue. So if somebody gifts 5 memberships, or if over time you're gifted 10 memberships, 1 or 2 of them will stay. Right? If you could do better than that, that's fantastic. It's different on every channel, but this is my own experience on every channel that I've run or touched, right? And I prefer to gift memberships. One of the best features I think YouTube added is the idea that you don't have to be a member on a channel in order to gift memberships. You did for a moment, but they changed that, and they've changed memberships a few times. You used to have 30,000 subscribers for that, if you can imagine, right? So they really changed it up. And then the way that I look at that kind of thing, so as the host of TuberChat, I don't have memberships on any channels except the moderators here. But I have memberships on all of their channels. I'm very careful about that because I make sure, and it doesn't matter what anybody does. Nobody needs to even, take what I'm saying as I want to do what he does, or is he saying I should do what he does? Absolutely not. But the way that I think about it is I consider it very carefully. Then when I add a moderator, I get a membership on their channel and I keep it going. My intention is to be their longest standing member forever, if possible, right? But I don't do it if I don't think that I can. So I've been lucky enough to be able to do that for them, as literally being the least somebody could do. If I forget to super chat, if I forget to gift them an extra membership in a month, at least they've received something for the help that they've given. And that's kind of the idea. I'm sure a lot of people feel, similarly. But I don't have memberships on any other's channels. Then I don't have to worry about people saying, oh, well, Superchat likes them and he doesn't like me. Why did he get a membership on their channel? I support him more. And that kind of, we know all the different things that people could think about it. I promise you, all of the thoughts that everybody has, we all have them. We just act differently on them. But then I super chat on other channels or gift memberships on those channels, right? And many of you have seen that kind of thing at some point. Hopefully I plan to get around to everybody. And I hope everybody doesn't get too wrapped up in the whole idea of the money that comes along with monetization, because nobody has an unlimited budget, right? In the Tuber Chat community, most people, I believe, here are thinking about monetization and could use the money. I'm not going to say need. I'm not even going to say want. I'm just saying could put money to very good use, whether it's to expand content on their channel or do other things, or generally help in life, or to do even better with that. There's lots of different things out there. But memberships come and go. Not everybody has an unlimited budget. And I say a million times, memberships and super chats on this channel are absolutely unnecessary. I don't make any members only content for members. My hope is that when those things happen, it's only because people have already found so much value out of their time in this channel or this community that they've considered that kind of thing. But I never want to make it sound like I'm soliciting it. But I wanted to give that speech because I haven't talked about it very much for a long time. So if in doubt, my recommendation, if I was running somebody's channel for them, I would insist you have to have a $4.99 membership. You certainly don't have to, but I would insist on any channel that I run if we don't have a better idea, because there are some people in the world who just want to support you in that way. They don't want to have to come every month and drop a super chat. I got a guy on my personal channel who's been a member for years, and I don't do anything over there. I am the most slacking of everybody in the Tuber Chat family for my personal channel. I haven't made a video in a year. I may not have even done a stream in almost a year by now. And I got one person that still just keeps a membership going. And that's happened on Tuber Chat as well, where there's been people who have had memberships who have not shown up in a couple of years because they just either like the community or what we're doing so much and they want to just support in that way, let's just say. And they get their channels talked about and all that stuff. But these are things to think about. So if anybody wants me to elaborate or, expand on an opinion or something like that, then by all means, just say so in the chat and I'll mention whatever I'm thinking. Jen Palazzo, good to see you in the house. That's Palazzo Place, My Quiet Corner. Good to see you here as well. I just caught them for a live stream, I think a couple of days ago. Am I right? And then we still got a couple of channels to look at, and then we're going to spin the wheel. Oh, and then cruising on the high seas and travel. I'm just writing that down so that I know. So I'm making a little bit of a list for myself as I continue to go through channels that I'm just hammering for watch hours. I'll make sure that I run your longest 99 videos for you. So 2D Life, this is Derek's journey. They've branded their channel. It's called 2D Life now, 2D Life Family 25. And Derek's always somebody who's brought us into his life, into his home. A lot of energy drink reviews for a long time. That's something we remember. A lot of fitness. And this creator's actually done a great job over the years of building collaborations where a lot of people get together for fitness collaborations and fitness challenges. Things that anybody can do. You know, sometimes we might be intimidated by the idea of like, oh, a fitness challenge? Well, I don't know if I could, right? Somebody like myself, I'm overweight, I don't exercise nearly enough and everything else. I might think like, oh, but, you know, everybody else can be better than me. That's not what these are. This is something that's made for everybody to be able to participate so that everybody can just be a little bit healthier, do a little bit healthier, get a little bit more exercise, that kind of thing. So Derek's Journey's been doing that for years. He's been with us probably from the beginning. He's likely been with us beyond 5 years now. 4,600 views, 6,000 on one of these shorts videos, which is great to see. And then we'll look forward to the rest of the content and the change up in the channel. He's got a bit of information on the About section and officially on the road to 2,000 subscribers, which is great to see. So thank you again. I'm going to make a mistake here. They gifted a membership earlier. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and we'll get around to spinning the wheel shortly, and I'll start adding names to the wheel soon as well. It's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Yeah, the Nichols 13, I put your channel up earlier, but I didn't realize to put up the second channel here. So this is another one that they've got. And thank you for the extra super chat, by the way. So this channel's working on 200 subscribers now. They come to us from Nichols 13. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. I'm going to do what I always do, just take the latest video. I'm going to put that in my watch later. And then what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video, pretty much the same as what I would have done on the first channel, and then hopefully that'll make our subscription stick. It always does. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on, but I think you do. Nichols 13 is here with us for just about every stream, and I certainly do appreciate that. They've got some shorts on this channel as well. These have gotten into 1,200 and 1,400 views, and they've also got some live streams over here, which is great to see. So thank you again for the extra generous support, and hopefully everybody will help push them towards the 200 subscribers they're thinking about. Ryan Parker Studios dropped a super chat right after that to promote Scotty J Travels, and I got a special story about this creator actually. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then the Stock Explorers here, I've got them on the wheel with our moderators. My love, Kristen Welton, Jesse Journals and Unboxes, Just Jason Keto and Scratch and PPA. Michael's Adventures might have stepped out for a moment, but he is usually close by or in the chat. And then we'll likely start moving faster pretty quick, but many months ago, I think it's 7, 8, maybe 9 months ago, if I remember right, there was a live stream that I was invited to join on panel with Scotty J Travels and Cruising is Fun Anytime, which is Jeremy and Cheryl. Most people here probably know them or have run into them at least once. And I was very grateful for that because it was a great time. I'm not usually on panels where there's like 10 of us, but there was that day. Ryan Parker was on there, and then Rob Cruising on the High Season Travel was on there, and a few more of the usual suspects. And it's always a fun time because we're talking a small amount of travel, but mostly YouTube, and hearing not just from the cruising community, but other creators as well. So Scotty J Travels is somebody who's live streaming all the time, collaborating with people all the time. Collaborating is one of the biggest things anybody can do to grow your channel rapidly and with a solid and strong foundation, because every time you're featured on somebody else's channel in any way at all, you're pretty much guaranteed to grab not just a handful of their subscribers, but their most supportive supporters, right? Because it comes down to, hey, any friend of Scotty is a friend of ours, right? And that's literally how that works. So hopefully everybody will connect with this creator. You can see just from the rollovers here, they're a truly dynamic host on their channel. They bring us as much travel as possible. And like I said, they collaborate with others. We'll look at live streams in a second. But some of the shorts over here have gotten into 2,000, 2,300, 4,500 views, which is great to see. And they've got a couple of live streams coming up, as a matter of fact. So a 1-year anniversary, is that right? 1 year of Anchors Away, which is a special situation for them. So I'll be looking forward to that. And then Go Live Together is something that they do. There's Jeremy right there, Ryan and Mel. And lots of creators are collaborating together. There's a big group that get together in the cruising and travel community to get together for live streams all the time. And Scotty's either around or hosting one of these, which is great to know. So hopefully everybody will connect with Scotty J Travels. We'd love to push them towards the 600 subscribers. We know they're thinking about now. And then P&J Travel, P&J's Homestead Adventure is in the house. Pardon me, I'm mixing up all my channels now. We're going to look at Ryan Parker Studios, and I mentioned Ryan and Mel from PK Adventure Travels. This is a second channel that he's got set up. Does a lot of cooking videos over here and a lot of live streaming as well. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Glidewell's on tour. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I never want to mispronounce anybody's channel names. By the way, that goes for everyone. So if I'm saying your name in a way that's not quite correct, don't be shy. Please correct me. I always want to promote everybody's channel the way they want it promoted, especially when new channels come in. I want to make sure I get them right. And then when we look at Ryan Parker Studios, we see that this creator is bringing a lot of cooking videos. You get that idea in the thumbnail right here, but especially when I get over to the shorts, you start to see that. So this is Ryan, one half of PK Adventure Travels. We'll look at their original channel in a second. He's already into 2,700 and 3,700 views on some of the shorts over there. Between the Go Live Together live streams and the unattended live streams where people are able to come in and out, I think he's on just about every day. So like I said, this is not their first rodeo as well when it comes to a YouTube channel. So he's racking up the watch hours likely pretty rapidly. And then when we look at PK Adventure Travels, this is another channel I was taken away with right away when Ryan and Mel started coming into the Superchat family, which is well beyond a year now. How long could it have been? I don't think it's 2 years by now, but it's so long. I'm going to scroll and scroll and scroll. I'm never going to find how long it's been. Well beyond a year. It could be a year and a half, something like that. Forgive me if I'm mistaken. I don't want to embarrass myself and say that, I've been with a channel for, a year when it's been 3 years, or the other way around, because I've done that many times. I've been called out many times, and time somehow seems to slip away. But PK Adventure Travels, right from the beginning, Ryan and Mel are bringing us cruising and travel content from the perspective of travel agents. They bring us very thorough, in-depth, yet entertaining ship tours, room tours. They talk excursions. They talk amenities. They talk experiences. They've also got an RV camper, and they bring us the ins and outs of RV camping, lots of tips and tricks. They give us a tour and some of the customizations they've done. Ryan has an entire news series on the channel where he talks about interesting, usually unexpected things that have happened to people. A lot of lessons in there. Anybody thinking about some serious travel would do well to catch a playlist on this channel of those news videos, just to make sure you see some of the things that can happen that are unexpected so you can avoid them. When we look at shorts on this channel, we see that these have gotten into 12,000 views, 29,000 on one of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. So PK Adventure Travels is typically on every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. I crashed right into their time slot this week, but that usually only happens once every 3 weeks, so hopefully this week I'll catch you. And then PK Adventure Travels is obviously monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. They dropped one so that we would look at Scotty J Travels. It's an incredibly generous thing to have done. We always honor those here, and I'm sure Scotty J Travels will be happy to have had their channel put up for that reason. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. I'm going to run a poll in the chat because I want to talk about something and try not to get into an in-depth speech about it, but just give a quick talk about something that came up as a concept recently that I've thought about before. There's a book called The Richest Man in Babylon. I'm just curious to know how many people here have read it. I've read it many times, many times. But I would like to mention a concept that comes from it. Not that you have to have read it to know, but I'm just curious before I start. Kristen Welton, my love, this is the creator who I live with in Niagara Falls for the last 10 years in Canada. And this creator has her own channel, though. She's a beloved and dedicated moderator here, of course. But she's doing her own thing and putting a professional look on her channel, especially with the thumbnails, those bright, bold headshots. She experiments with different looks for the thumbnails as well. She's using AI in even other ways than I am, where she's talking to ChatGPT, for instance, about, like, you know, what colors are going to do well for a thumbnail based on the theme and subject I've got coming up, and, you know, what are the emotional expressions I should have on the thumbnails, what are we thinking about titles and things like that. So it's a interesting way to look at it, and we can use AI tools for a lot of assistance when it comes to this. But she's designing her own stuff. She's been doing Photoshop and Canva both for a long time. She started with get ready with me type videos. She does a lot of product reviews, sponsored videos, a lot of subscription services, unboxings, and that could be anything from makeup to bath and beauty products to a coffee maker and other traditional unboxings and product reviews as well. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 19,000, 22,000, 28,000 views. You see Spiky and Trouble in there. They've both made cameo appearances on Tuberchat. She's done a ton of live streaming, or a handful of live streaming, much live streaming with other creators. We've done a couple of different things together. She brings us outdoors. She brings us indoors. She's collaborated with other people as well. We'll see if she's going to bring those back. She's got a new series that's just started. She's actually got quite a bit in the works. We'll see what's going to come up, but she's dropping a couple more videos in the next couple of months talking about living with multiple sclerosis, sharing her experience, and putting herself out there. So hopefully everybody will connect with Kristen Welton, and we'll see what that poll said. So The Richest Man in Babylon, so not very many people in the community have read it yet, which is fine. It is a classic, but it's something that's really kind of, I don't know. I could imagine it being tough to read for some people, not because it's hard to read, like difficult, but just because it speaks in language that seems ancient. Like it seems like 1,000-year-old language where they're like thee and thou and they, that kind of thing, which is fine. But the financial concept in it, one of the things that they talk about in this legendary book is the idea that there's a king, and he basically says, in this kingdom, in our community, I want to be the richest city of all, like on earth. And the only way to do that is to make sure that every person in the community is rich. We have to collectively and individually be the most prosperous. And I think it's a wonderful concept because, this is not how like governments traditionally work in countries and society the way we look at it right now, in my opinion. But wouldn't it be wonderful if we could literally say, I've got a crypto channel I follow, and they say they're the most profitable community on YouTube, I think, or whatever they say. I don't know about that because I haven't made as much as I'd like out of that community. However, here, because so many people are thinking about monetization, something came up recently as a concept, and the idea is that, on YouTube, you have to make a certain amount of money. You have to bring in a certain amount of revenue in order to get paid, and it's actually coming up in the next couple of days. It's always somewhere around the 20th, 21st, 22nd of every month that everybody gets their either deposits, or I don't know if people are still getting checks and this and that. But wouldn't it be wonderful if we got, this community to a point where everybody's getting paid every month? We're always going to have new channels. We always do. We've always got people working on the way towards monetization. But wouldn't it be wonderful if we could get everybody moving a little bit more strong, a little bit more solid? Because on other channels that I've run, and Superchat included, this is the way that this kind of thing works, is for some people, when they eventually get monetized, it can be like, okay, maybe $100 on a channel, right? And then the next month is like 200, and then the next month is like 300, and it continues to grow for a long time. Doesn't necessarily go on forever, and some of the channels I've run have done better than others when it comes to revenue if we wanted to measure it. But this kind of thing is possible, and in channels that I've run, they've gotten into thousands of dollars a month. And I'm not talking about Superchat, right? Everybody can see that this channel is doing well, but that's not what I'm talking about when I'm talking about thousands, right? One channel that I was running actually did 100,000 Canadian dollars within a 12-month period. That was a few years ago, and there's a special long story that goes behind that, but it's possible. And this can be life-changing money for people. Not, when we're talking about $10,000 a month or $8,000 a month or whatever it is, but even, any amount of money, $20 a month, $50 a month, especially $100 a month, is probably enough to pay most people's cell phone bills, I imagine. My cell phone bills, I try to keep far under $100 a month. At times I've had two, and they've gotten a little bit higher depending on how much streaming I've been doing. But I try to keep anything like that really, really low. And even I've been doing the crunch on subscriptions and things like that. But I promise you, if I was to go through my whole life story, I'd be able to tell you about the ups and downs. I promise you, I believe, I know what it's like to have trivial amounts of money, $20, $50, $100, be life-changing money. So we want to get everybody there. I know everybody, it seems everybody, or 99% of us, are thinking about monetization and want to get there. I hope, though, that that's not just the goal. Like, I just want to get monetized, and then, every few months I get a few dollars and I'm happy with it. That's fine. If that's what you want, then that's okay. But we have the ability to get everybody so much farther. And it does take a lot of work. It takes dedication. It takes a lot of everything we're already doing, consistency into the future, but we can. I really want everybody to get what they want out of YouTube. And for most people, I think most people can have more than they get to when it comes to monetization. So we want to help with that, if that makes any sense at all. Infinity Girl Gamer 2029, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. She's been a longtime friend as well. She's been with us for years. Exploradora 80, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I've got a list of probably, I've read more books than I thought I did over a lifetime, and that is really listening to audiobooks more than actually reading like a physical book. But in my opinion, there's no difference, because I do it when I drive. I love to drive, and I've, like, for many years had like long drives. I got my truck that's 13 years old, has 380,000 almost kilometers on it, so that gives you an idea. And most of that time is spent listening, not so much to music, but to podcasts and audiobooks and things like that. Not that it matters, not everybody likes that kind of thing, but this is how I've gotten through them. When we think about the books, I'll give you a small list for a quick second here, but when we think about traditional, talking about monetization or money, Rich Dad, Poor Dad is probably a book I think everybody needs to read. The follow-up to that is something that I really do believe changes people's lives, changes people's minds. It can change the way you think about money. And it's the second book in the Rich Dad series. It's called Cash Flow Quadrant. So if you just think about that, Rich Dad, Poor Dad is the #1 best-selling financial book of all time, as far as I know. So that one there, The Richest Man in Babylon, I really like. The Automatic Millionaire is great in concept. And then Think and Grow Rich is my probably desert island book. And then I've got one more that I think almost everybody here needs to read. And it has not so much to do with money, but it's called How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's another classic. These books are decades old, but the concepts in them still ring true. And I promise you, everything that you want, including YouTube, will be better off if you can get through those couple of books, if you can find the time. When you see those clips that I play, where I've got my desk behind me, that was when I was renting an office last year, but I have a bunch of those books on the shelf, hoping that people will recognize them and realize how important I think they are. So, the Stock Explorer is up on the screen right now, and this creator is another beloved and dedicated moderator in Florida. They bring us the stock market and a little bit of crypto. They talk in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. They're very forthcoming about their own portfolio and stock plays. I'll give you a sneak peek at their members-only content here, because they share a lot of their, what we call alpha, ideas for trades, option plays, and things like this. And then they're doing a lot of sharing for other creators on their post page as well. This creator has done a little bit of variety, and a few years ago they got into some lottery ticket scratching as well. And they've got a series right now called Scratching with Strangers. The idea is to meet people for the first time, scratch lottery tickets with them while they get to know these people. And it makes for a really interesting series of videos. And then the Stock Explorer's always had shorts on the channel. These have always featured a lot more variety, but some of these have done really well. 2,900, 3,300, 4,900, and one that still gets views at 18,000. right now, and then live streams on the channel as well. So Nora does a lot of live streaming, and this creator does a few different things now. They're really bringing a lot of variety lately, so they could be giving us a chance to get to know them. They could be doing a lot of military burpees as a fitness series. They've done a lot of lottery ticket scratch battling with other creators on their channel, and then as well they've done tons of StreamYard panels. Nora and I talked on her channel for a couple of hours once, and she's had all kinds of different guests, sometimes talking stocks, sometimes just friendly conversation. And then Nora has a second channel called Tropical Buzz with just over 300 subscribers now. They're educating us about plant life here, some of which is already out there, and some of which they're going to grow themselves. Like I said, they're in Florida, so they can basically grow whatever they want anytime, if I'm right about that. Hopefully everybody will connect with both the Stock Explorer and Tropical Buzz. And there you go, yeah, So Magic Fabric Magician. I find it's just like a movie. You know, you might watch a movie or a TV show, and then when you watch it the second time, some people laugh at it. Tony Robbins laughs at that, right? If I saw a clip of him saying, like, why would you watch the same movie twice? He said it in a much more harsh way, but I like that guy too. I follow a lot of his stuff. But I find that you get more the second time. How many things did you not notice? Like, don't let me admit that I've watched the entire Office series like 7 times, but I'll tell you why it's so entertaining. Because after like the 4th time, and you realize that Creed Bratton is actually playing himself. He's a member of the Grassroots band from like the 80s or 70s or whatever it was. Oh, it changes the whole dynamic of the show, in my opinion. So it's definitely worth a watch. But the books, I feel the same way about. I always get more out of a book, at least the second time around. But once in a while, I like to just go back to the fundamentals, right? We can get lost in the things we think we know until we go back and say, wait a second, let's remember how to do everything from the beginning. And that's why I might go back to some of those things. And hopefully everybody will connect with Tropical Buzz. Forgive me, cruising on the high seas and travel. I missed you, Rob. He dropped a super chat earlier, did he? Or did he? Yeah, he dropped a super chat. I didn't mean to miss your channel. Let me get it going here. And then we will get back to spinning the wheel. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Cruising on the high seas and travel is Rob, another fellow Canadian. Here's an example. There's a StreamYard panel full of guests. I think Scotty's on there with Eddie Lugo and a few other familiar faces. Rob gets involved in all kinds of these streams as well. So I recognize a lot of what I see on his channel. First of all, he does travel, and we'll talk about that in a second. But when he's not traveling, he's reviewing a lot of the featured dishes from a lot of the most popular fast food and restaurant chains and franchises around this area. Now, I recognize most of it because we have all the same restaurants. We've probably eaten at some of the same places at different times. He actually motivated me to go out and get one of those, what are they called again? Butter tart looking pizza things from Little Caesars. These here, the pepperoni crazy puffs. And when we look at his channel, otherwise he's bringing us travel. He'll go cruising when he can. I think he said he's got a cruise coming up, right? I meant to put his channel in that his video in that catch-up playlist that I keep talking about. It's a fun name for that playlist, but just so I can keep or get caught up with creators. He's working on 1,700 subscribers, which is great to see. He's gotten into 2,000, 2,400, and then live streams on the channel as well. And he gets involved in all kinds of StreamYard panels. Oh, I'm turning them off. I meant to turn them all on. They're already on. When we look at his live streams, you'll always see a panel full of guests. Once in a while, he's out on his own, but a lot of times he's got StreamYard panels going on, and he'll bring us as much cruising content as he can. So hopefully everybody will connect with Cruising on the High Seas and Travel. Rob's been with us for several years as well. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Yeah, Holla, I've watched some of the mob movies so much that the last time I was watching Goodfellas, actually I caught Goodfellas on TV when I was staying in a hotel a few weeks ago. But Goodfellas is one of the movies that I've watched with a friend of mine. We both love mob movies so much that the guy's wife walked in the room one day and she goes, "What are you guys doing?" He's like, "We're watching Goodfellas." She goes, "Again?" It's like, yeah, but this one's the director's cut. It's even longer because a 3-hour-long movie's not enough. We have to go a little bit farther. But I've seen a lot of those. All my favorites. I do the thing like everybody does. I assume everybody does. I've got plenty of movies I've watched 5 times or more. And music, I do the same thing, listen to the same songs over and over. I've been listening to the same song since 1990, and I keep listening to the same playlist over and over. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So let's start moving a little bit faster now. I did promise I was going to put names on the wheel. I haven't done that yet, so I'm going to do it right this second while we spin. We're going to go on a break. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play another clip from that interview series. And like I said, finally, the 6th episode is ready to go this coming Saturday. So I hope everybody will set the reminders. It's already on the front page of the Tuber Chat channel. Our 6-year anniversary is 1 week from that day. I hope everybody will set that reminder as well. And Cove Action is going to be the next channel that we look at. So let's go for 3.5 minutes, and then we will come right back. I will add a couple of names onto the wheel from our chat list while we are away. You mentioned the idea of shorts, so that gives me an opportunity to jump right into that. So, in every one of these interviews, I'm asking about opinions, about shorts, how we can get them to work for us. But you're the first creators that I'm talking to that have broken off into a shorts channel. I also noticed that you took the shorts off of the original channel. I'm assuming you uploaded the same ones over there, and now you have over 350 shorts on that channel. At last look, it was I think your fastest moving short video on the shorts channel, which is Unstable TV Shorts, has 22,000 views, and you're already at 768 subscribers. So the biggest thing that I think people are going to be wondering about that is, how do you feel about your decision to break your shorts off into their own channel?
So the reason we did it in the first place was because we felt like the shorts were distracting from our long form videos, because we were getting a lot of views and attention on the shorts. But while we were doing shorts and long form at the same time, it's kind of like the long form was pushed to the back.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So that's the reason why we split off into a shorts channel by itself. So we kind of use that for just, skits and memes and stuff, and then we use it for promotion videos for our main channel as well. So you said some of our highest viewed videos on the shorts channel, they are clips from our long form videos with the link in it to send it back. So we just kind of felt it didn't sit right with our channel to have it all together, so we said we'd try and split it and see if it worked.
Yeah, because when we first put them up, we had like you're saying about the YouTube algorithm and stuff, and when you're watching the metrics go up and down. When we start putting the shorts up, the videos that would usually go up and probably after a week they performed the way they done were pushed to the back. But how we felt from how we were watching our analytics, for anyone watching, do make sure you check the analytics out regularly. It does help.
Yeah.
And there is a research tab as well, so check that out as well. It helps with your channel, because you get an idea where your viewers are coming in and what they're researching as well.
Yeah.
Just a tip for everyone. On the main channel, it didn't sit for us, but even scrolling up and down and how it looked, we didn't like it. But we used the shorts as kind of a voice, say things you can't really say on the main videos that might not go with YouTube's policies. We have a lot of fun with pranking each other and stuff like that. What we have noticed though with our shorts, anything to do with relationships or pranks wise, that skyrockets for us.
Wow.
Or if we do say a trending meme, sometimes we might get something and sometimes we not.
Yeah.
But we've learned that shorts really help us have them crazy ideas where you just get a bit wild when you're filming on YouTube and you're I want to do this, or maybe this might look funny. It's kind of to make ourselves laugh and then just go that direction with it and just come up with crazy stuff then.
All right, we're just about back. The source is peeking in. Forgive me, I missed a few channels in the chat. If Cruising Chris M is still here, Corner Clubhouse Cobalt, Vintage Style by Joe, I just put you on the wheel. Paula and Jason from P&J Homestead Adventure, I didn't have you on there, but I got you on there now. I cleaned up the wheel a little bit, so what I do during those breaks occasionally is take a few names off the wheel for people we haven't seen in, like, I don't know, 20 minutes, half hour, whatever I can think of. But members and moderators will always be re-added when I see them in the chat. So for anybody that might have had their channel removed, just please be active in the chat, members and moderators, and I'll make sure to get them right back on there. Sometimes I accidentally delete too many, so it's important to be active in the chat. And then I did promise I was going to get a couple of names onto the wheel from our chat list, which I'm going to do right this second. So Sarah Prestwood, I'm going to put on the wheel right now. And then Mac Movement. Let's see if Mac Movement is still here. They were here for a while. Let me see if I can catch a channel I know is here. Soul Magic Fabric Magician. I'm going to put you... Oh, they should have been on the wheel anyway. So pardon me. And then MLW Fishing Man, good to see you. I know you've been here for a while today. Jem Palazzo Place, we're going to put onto the wheel right this second. And we'll continue to play around with that wheel as time goes on. So thank you. Yeah, Cruising Chris M. I didn't see you come in, but I noticed you were there when we went on the break. And then we'll get to as many channels as we can in the next more than an hour. I think I did too much talking again, but we've still got a long way to go. Another hour and 15 minutes or so. Cove Action Travel's up on the screen. This is Chuck and Lori. They're from Syracuse, but they do a ton of traveling. They take their footage and their filming and their editing very seriously. You'll get that idea as soon as you get over there. They've let us know they use DaVinci Resolve, and they share thoughts on their channel about their filming process, the planning they need to do, and their editing and everything else. They do live streams and often offer a bit of Q&A while that goes on. I caught them for a live stream this past week where they talked about a video that YouTube gave them a bit of a headache over, but they talked about how to clean that kind of thing up and make sure they're within the YouTube community guidelines. They've just gone through a special adult-only museum, let's just say. I don't know if that's true the way I'm saying it, but you know what I mean. You could check that out when you get over to the channel. We'll look at the live stream page in a second. Otherwise, they're bringing us to very exotic places, doing a really thorough job with all of the videos here. Actually, the last one that I watched, I'm running the playlist for them right now, but the video that I was watching earlier today, I think, was Cheers when they went to. I have been to Cheers myself as well. I didn't go downstairs. I went only upstairs. I can't remember if I've been there twice. Cheers is like my favorite sitcom almost of all time, if it wasn't for things like The Office that probably overtook it after. But Cheers was like a lifelong favorite. And I was so happy to get to go there. And like I said, I think I've been there twice, but upstairs only. And then, but they bring us to interesting places all the time. The last video that I watched before that, I think, was when they went to Ireland for this one, the Ultimate Brewery Experience. You learned to pour the perfect pint over there, Guinness. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 12,000, 20,000 views, and then live streams as well. So this is the one I'm talking about. A few of us managed to get over there this past Friday, and they say that they're going to try to make that a routine now. So we'll see, but we'll keep notification bells on for every channel, of course. And they've got another channel set up, Live, Love, Laugh, Lori. And this is a second channel that's set up complimentary right now. They've done a Christmas series of videos. They actually did 2 videos each day for Vlogmas, one on each channel. And then we'll see what Lori's going to come up with over here. So this is Live, Love, Laugh, Lori with 16 subscribers right now. We'd love to push this channel towards the first 100. We know that's an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. I see Mona Did What coming in. She's a friend who's been with us for many years. She's sent over lots of friends as well. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Yeah, and then so Cove Action is going to come in a couple of weeks to town, actually just half an hour away from me. Not quite. It's actually closer than that. Niagara on the Lake, it's called, right close to Niagara Falls. So we're hoping to do at least a meetup. Like, I'm hoping to meet up with them with Kristen Walton. We'll see if we can get Jason to come. I don't know if Rob can make it from a couple hours away. And we'll see who else we can muster together. I got another couple of ideas, and we'll see what we can do. And then Daisy HD, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Vintage Style by Joe, sewing and listening, yes. And then Create and Relate is up here. You know what was unfortunate, Joe? I put the there's a video that you did where you were making, did I understand right, pinwheel flower ideas, and I had to run it. I ran myself out of time to watch it, but that was something I was going to mention today, was the idea. There's a, you know, you see it on Cove Action's travel, as Cove Action Travels channel as well. You know, I run more videos than I watch in total, but I watch as many as I can. Most of you see me bouncing in between premieres and live streams every day, you know, trying to catch as much as I can. If I'm awake and I'm at home, then I'm on YouTube at some way. I've always got 4 windows going. Usually live stream, sometimes a playlist. It depends on if we're doing that. Lately I've been heavy on the playlists again. Just want to get some people up with their watch hours, let's just say. And then Create and Relate is up here right now. This creator, what did you just do? Was it the premiere? Was it this one that was a premiere the other day? Is that right? Yeah, this one here. There's so much that can be done with resin. I'm still learning. I know there's lots of creators out there using it. I have a feeling, I think my sister does a lot with that as well. I could be mistaken. I got to ask her when I see her soon. But this creator actually brings all kinds of crafting, color, and the opportunity for connection. They mention on their banner. You'll get more of an idea when you get to their about section. But they do all sorts of different crafts. They do some diamond painting. They work with resin. They've got a Cricut machine. They do a lot of there's a lot of creativity on the channel, but they also go through a lot of the product reviews. Here's one for crafting supplies or crafting tools, let's say. There's the Cricut machine. They even get involved in some things that have to do with our YouTube journey, like a camera review or unboxing. They've got lighting on the channel, hard drive, microphones, I believe. And you see all sorts of these different things. And then they've done some live streaming in the past as well. I've been lucky enough to catch a couple of their diamond painting live streams. We'll see if they're going to bring some of these back. It's been since Halloween since they've done one, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That helps us be ready for anybody that's going to put out content when they have it ready. And then this creator's gotten into 1,500, 1,600 views on some of these shorts, which is great to see. Create and Relate is an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They dropped a super chat, so we put their channel up right away. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and now we're back to spinning the wheel. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. See, I should have known. Vintage Style by Joe's getting the jump on Mother's Day, which is the smart move right now. It's coming up. It's probably going to be here faster than we think, as a matter of fact. But Vintage Style by Joe's done a great job with that, getting a jump on autumn before it happened, getting a jump on Christmas before it happened. And the hope is that by putting videos out early, you know, we aim for the right time, but anywhere like, 4 weeks before an event is probably great to start hitting an idea, because once Mother's Day is here, it's almost too late, you know what I mean, to make there'll be Mother's Day content afterwards as well. Lots of moms will be sharing the experiences they've either had with their families or the things that have been sent to them, cards and everything else. But the concept that we're talking about here is the idea of getting the jump on trends before they're going to happen. Because we know these holidays and these celebrations, the seasons of the year, all these things happen guaranteed every year at the same time. So you got 364 days to get ready for the next time. If you put your videos out about a month before, you start to ride the wave up as more and more people are searching, because some people are looking for fresh content, right? We can set different filters while we're searching for content as well. Sometimes I do that. Whenever I'm looking for tutorials, I want to see something at least that somebody's done this year, not something that they necessarily did 10 years ago. It depends on what I'm looking at. If you're changing a tire, you can watch any video and know how to do that. But when you're talking about software and different things, it could be a little bit different. And then Stephen Wire is on the screen right now. This creator's live streaming basically all the time. I think every day they're on, and their live streams, I think, are about 12 hours long, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there we go. So they cut them just a few minutes short of 12 hours. The reason for that is that whenever we do a live stream that's lengthy like this, if you go over 12 hours, it is not guaranteed that you're going to get credit for even the watch hours you accumulated along the way. I can't be certain about that, but you're pretty much guaranteed to not get any watch hours after the first 12 hours when we think about monetization and qualifying for monetization. So many of us, including on our copyright-free music channel, I've done many times, we cut the streams before 12 hours so that we make sure we rack those watch hours up. This is what Stephen Wire's doing now with a lot of traffic watch and traffic cam footage here. They catch some interesting ideas and they cut those into videos when they can as well. So they've got one here that's quite short. We always want to connect with videos that are 3 minutes or longer when possible. They've got plenty, but I'm just going to put that video on my catch-up list anyway. This creator's got official shorts on their channel, giving us a look at a lot of the landmarks around Chicago to get us started with. They got a few other shorts here as well, but hopefully everybody will connect with Stephen Wire, and we're working on 200 subscribers on this channel, so we'd love to push them a little bit closer towards that milestone. And then yeah, Mona did what? You and me. I lose my voice after about 2.5 hours, so I have to play these pre-recorded clips just to save my voice. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So Jesse Journals and Unboxes, this creator dropped a premiere earlier today. They're on every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Over the years, Jesse Journals and Unboxes, she's unboxed all kinds of different things. It could be crafting supplies, it could be bath and beauty products, it could be jewelry, stationery, snacks, Happy Meal. What this creator does most often are things to do with crafting supplies. She shows us the things that she makes as well. So today's video is a perfect example of this kind of thing. But she receives a lot of monthly subscription services. A lot of people are familiar with things like BoxyCharm or Loot Crate. There's unboxings of these all over the place. She finds really interesting ones, and she really mixes them up on the channel as well. It could be books, it could be postcards, it could be washi tape, it could be any number of things in between the Happy Mail. And then I like to mention the idea that she gets a lot of the owners of the subscription services to come in to the chat so we can do some Q&A while the premieres are running as well. She usually does lengthy videos as well. Somewhere around 20 minutes, I think, is the average on the latest videos, 20 to 25 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm looking at them right now. So I could be getting ahead of myself. 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I guess if we add the intro, then I can say I'm right. But this creator has perfect consistency. You'll see the effect of that if you can be in one of the premieres, because she's got a fast-rolling chat. She rivals those of Scratch and PPA or Butler Family Farm. One of the things that I noticed, though, I was thinking about this today while we were in there, is Jesse does a really good job of conversating. Pete does the same thing in his premieres, where while people are in there, they're like conversating back and forth, contributing to the conversation in their own chat, and it entices more. So when you get to Jesse Journals and Unboxes premiere, you're going to notice that more people are contributing to true conversation in the chat. Then it's probably above average, I would say, when it comes to that. Sometimes we go into live streams and just say hello. I do it as much as everybody else, and that's it. But sometimes there, you can get conversation going, and this is something that happens naturally over here. So when we look at Jesse Journals and Unboxes, she features a lot of the things she finds in the unboxing videos in her shorts. She's done that all the way along. There's jewelry here, there's bath and beauty products, the washi tape that I was talking about, I wouldn't know what that was if it wasn't for her channel. Washi strips maybe as well, and then bath and beauty products, jewelry, stationery, snacks, all kinds of different things. And like I said, she shows us the things she creates, getting involved in a lot of collages and obviously journaling. This creator actually does a lot of collaborating with other creators as well. Live streaming is occasional. She's done plenty in the past. We'll see if she's going to do some more in the future. But this creator does the official. You see this in her, under the titles of her videos. You see the collaboration feature here, where she's able to add in collaborators, which is really cool. I'll show you what happens with these. So let's say we're watching a video where somebody's got an official collaboration, and we have these on our interview series now. Most of the creators that have been a part of it, my guests, have got their collaboration links up now. So what happens is, you notice I click on this video, looks like I'm not subscribed. So like, wait a second, why? But Kevin's, of course, subscribed to Jesse Journals and Unboxes for like 5 years. But if I click the subscribe button, now what happens is all of the channels that are included, and I'm unsure whether it's 6 in total or 5 in total. I think it's 6. I think you can have 5 additional channels in a collaboration, but anybody can feel free to correct me in the chat if I'm mistaken. But what happens is they're all listed here. That gives you incentive to subscribe to the other channels as well, if you want to and if it's appropriate, right? So that is the biggest benefit for everybody getting involved in that collaboration feature. So sometimes you're collaborating with more people, but not everybody does it. So it's a great opportunity either way. So hopefully everybody will connect with Jesse Journals and Unboxes, another beloved and dedicated moderator here. I'm going to spin the wheel. Six Bows is back, is in the house. I don't have them on the wheel right now. I think I did. I'm going to put them back on the wheel in a second. And then it looks like Jen Palazzo from Palazzo Place is coming up. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then Jen Palazzo from Palazzo Place. Oh, here it is, right here. Why is your channel not coming up right away? Another channel came up when we look for Palazzo Place here. But this is Jen Palazzo in South Florida. They are going to bring us a furry friend, at least one, as a guest on the channel most of the time, or half of the time. Both in videos and in shorts here. They show us some of the really interesting and violent weather that can change in a snap. And then they've got shorts on the channel as well, all outdoor footage, or almost all outdoor footage. And then this is what I'm talking about here. They've got into 2,300, 2,700, 4,200 views. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Jen Palazzo. She's an enthusiastic creator, probably responsible for us gaining hundreds of thumbs up because of her friendly and energetic reminders. And thank you, Mona Did What. I always appreciate every moment, of course. She's been a dear friend for years. She's been a dear friend. She introduces people together all the time. And then, yes, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I think we're going to spin another time. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then Corner Clubhouse Cobalt is here. This is another longtime friend. Mark is the host of this channel, another dynamic host, and a creator that's out there supporting other people all the time. I run into them constantly. I run into them regularly in other people's premieres or live streams, and they've been with us for several years as well. Now, they're working on 1,900 subscribers, so we'd love to push them towards that milestone. I can see I'm behind with their videos, but I'm going to grab the second latest one. They've got an art video. Maybe Wheat's Art will like that. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list, and that's that playlist we joke about that helps me keep or get caught up with creators. And then when we look at what Corner Clubhouse Cobalt is doing, typically we want to connect with videos that are 3 minutes or longer where possible. And there's plenty here. There's just a lot of short videos in between them as well. So otherwise, we want to watch a few videos. It's the same 3 or 4 minutes either way, right? Shorts on this channel have gotten into now 1,300 views, one at 3,000, which is great to see. They got a few cooking videos on the channel as well. And live streams. Live streams are something that's been a regular thing for this creator for as long as I can remember. So they're on at least a couple times a week. Am I mistaken? I must be mistaken. In the past, they have streamed frequently. Lately, they did one a couple weeks ago. We'll see if they're going to pick those back up. They're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And then we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up right away. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then High Plains Camper is up on the screen right now. This is a creator I've been lucky enough to catch live a few times. So they're bringing us solo camping videos. They're talking about the different aspects of their truck camper, and they bring us fires usually. I've caught them with different beer reviews as well in the live streams. So they're bringing us interesting adventures, and they literally like try to fit these in around other life events I found the other day when I caught them for a live stream. This creator as well, this latest video is quite a lengthy one, but still perfect to connect with. They got plenty anywhere from 3 to 10 minutes and beyond. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 3,200, 7,300, 7,500 views. They take us to a lot of interesting places as well. I think what they're doing is aiming for different places to bring us to constantly. So as much as they like camping themselves, they're bringing us to different places to share the experience in different places that they can get to, if that makes any sense. So hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. Been a few days I caught them. When was it before that? Yeah, almost 2 weeks ago already. So hopefully I'll catch another one shortly. Let me know if you want, High Plains Camper, if you know when you're going live next. And then let's think about spinning the wheel. There's another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, by the way. I think they've been here for just about every stream since finding us as well. I certainly don't expect that from anybody, but I like to recognize it from time to time. I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. And then Crafty Witch 232 is coming up. So what we're going to do is we'll take a break right now, but we're just going to go for 3.5 minutes, and then we'll come right back. I just need another moment. We'll be right back, though. And thank you. Oh my dear goodness, forgive me. My copy and paste doesn't want to work. My wheel doesn't want to sort the way it's supposed to. And my first world problems are getting to me today. So hopefully everybody is not too thrown off by my impatience. I've been told a million times I'm the most patient person. And I'm like, oh, you haven't. You caught me on the right day, I guess. I don't know. Cruising Chris M is another channel I'm still getting to know. But check this out. They're at 199 subscribers. So I'm hoping that we can get them a couple more subscribers right now. If anybody hasn't already connected with this creator, Cruising Chris M is a channel I'm still getting to know. They started coming into the Tuber Chat family recently, but they have been here frequently, and I see them out supporting other creators as well. So I'm just getting one of their latest videos onto my catch-up list. I chose this one because it's a few minutes longer than the latest, but they've actually got another one here, Ship Tour. That'll give you almost a solid hour of watch time, so I'll put that in that playlist as well. And looks like they're going to bring us some more travel and cruising, and then they work as an educator as well, so that will likely come across in their content. We'll see as I continue to learn. 700 views on one of these shorts any second now, and then over 1,200 on another one, which is great to see, and plenty of live streaming. So this creator seems to be on about once a week, maybe a little more often, and they're part of big group of creators. We've seen a lot of these familiar faces before. I'm always happy to see these collaborations because, like I said, it's a great way to grow a channel rapidly. So hopefully we'll see if we can get Cruising Chris M. There's another subscriber right now. So you officially hit 200 subscribers right this second. But like I mentioned earlier in today's stream, it's easier said than done, but if you can keep working at it, meet a few more people. We still got almost an hour to go here. If you have the time to spend and can reach out to people, I think anybody can meet anywhere up to 5 for sure, 8 possibly, maybe as many as 10 creators for every hour that you spend here. Too fast is too fast. YouTube will take most of the subscriptions away, but you can reasonably meet that many people. We'd like to get Cruising Chris M to 205 if possible, maybe even 210, just so that they get that 200 locked in. You know what I mean? Really strong and solid, let's say. And then Greenland Quilter Katie's coming in and dropping a gifted membership. She's done that a million times before. Cruising Chris M, thank you for the super chat, by the way. Scratch and PPA luckily caught that while I was just about to skip over it. I promise you I make as many mistakes as anybody. But it shows you as well, you know, I try to give our moderators here as much credit as anybody reasonably can, but I promise you, in 9 years of YouTube that I've been on, these are some of the most supportive creators that I've met. We've got a core group of about 10 that are here regularly. You know, everybody's here as often as they can be. I certainly don't expect any amount of time from anybody, but they make extra effort to move things around, you know, to make arrangements to be here as often as possible. Most of these creators are going to be referred to as some of everybody's best supporters on their channel when you reference them by name. That goes for most of them. We've got a group of about 20 maybe since the beginning of Tuber Chat, some that have been with me since the very beginning and this and that. But I promise you, I wouldn't be able to do these streams the way they are if it wasn't for their help. Like I said, I promise you, I make as many mistakes as anybody. But there's a couple of other aspects that come through when we think about what moderators do for, you know, our channels in the most basic sense, but we forget often about the things that go on behind the scenes, the things that they help with outside of the streams, outside of the channel, and God forbid I say the words, the things they have to put up with sometimes as well, because not everything on YouTube, it's not that it has to be negative and this and that, but not everything is, roses and flowers and rainbows and cotton candy all day. There is, it's work. I'm sure everybody here will agree that YouTube itself is more work than we thought it was going to be before we started. That goes for everybody, right? And I hope everybody is having more fun than anything else, though. I hope the small amount of negativity that comes along with all of the positivity ends up worth it. But here, I'm telling you, out of all of my years on YouTube, out of all of the channels that I've run, these creators are incredibly not just supportive. They all think very much in similar ways. I'd like to say almost the same way. We're all different, but you know what I mean. But they have a similar sense of generosity between them. I believe it's what draws me to them, but that's easy to say. But you'll find that when you connect with them, you'll be able to connect with other creators in exactly the same way we do here in Tuber Chat. We all do it exactly the same way. And then, Greenland Quilter Katie, I put the stream unlisted again. When I know it's way too busy, it's not even just about me talking too much, but when I know it's always busy here, and I'm grateful for that. Sometimes it's overwhelmingly busy, but I can't go more than 3 hours. My voice won't last. And if I let my, this goes for everybody, it's not me, but if you, run your voice right to its end to the point that you actually lose it, you could find yourself off for weeks. I think the worst I had was I was off for 5 weeks. I wasn't sick, I just had no voice. I forget how long it was, but it was unbelievable, and I don't want to do that again. So, anyway, by unlisting the stream, it knocks out a couple of things, including super chats and this and that. But like I say, those kinds of things are unnecessary on this channel. Everybody can see the channel does well enough. We get enough of that in the first 2 hours that I don't have to worry about the third hour, let's just say. The best idea for everybody is always the best idea. So, Crafty Witch 232 up on the screen. This is Andy. She live streams almost every single day in vertical format. And that has led, among other things, to this channel being one of the fastest growing that we've seen in the Tuber Chat family. This channel has grown 100% organically, now well beyond 5,400 subscribers. So Andy is a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here. But this creator as well, she's first of all a dynamic host. Almost every day she's crocheting while live streaming, but she does a great job of keeping up with the chat while she does it. Pardon me, in these streams average, let's say 3 hours. Look at this one, 5 hours, almost 6. This one, 3 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, my goodness. And you get a lot of pop culture references from some of the things she's making. She sells all of this stuff, right? So she brings these to markets and shows and conventions and things like that. You get more of an idea in the short. She's been making a lot of these lately. Are these not crochet mandalas? Is that how you pronounce that? I'm not sure if I know what that is. It looks like a dream catcher to me, but you guys can tell me what the difference is for that. Because I haven't seen that I can think of, or don't know well enough, obviously. Some of these have done really well. Look at the shorts here, 10,000, 14,000, a mix of 3D printing, crochet. She does cross stitch, jewelry making, perler beads, even more, and then some videos as well. And she's collaborated with other people a couple of times and given us kind of tutorials as well. And she's collaborated with people in live streams also several times. You have to dig through these. Once in a while she'll do a horizontal live stream like this, and hopefully everybody will connect with Crafty Witch 232. And then Andy, let us know if you're going to be on tonight if that's the case. And then forgive me, I'm just curious to know now what a mandala is. Is that a decoration, or is that like I said, when I saw it, I thought Dreamcatcher as soon as I saw it. But I would love to know. And then Greenland Quilter Katie is up here right now. This creator just gifted a membership, and we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when those things happen. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. Crafty Witch 232 is going to be on tonight. So she's usually on at 9 p.m. Eastern, about an hour after Tuber Chat finishes. So right after Tuber Chat, Michael's Adventures will have a premiere. He's on every day at 3 p.m., every day at 8 p.m. Eastern. So we know he's always on. And then, you know, lots of creators have content. Obviously, there's 114 million channels on YouTube now, apparently. But then we know that Crafty Witch 232 will be on tonight. So Greenland Quilter Katie, she does a lot of live streaming as well. I usually catch her a couple times a week. When we look at Greenland Quilter Katie, we see a look around Greenland, as a matter of fact, and you get an idea of some of the things that they're making, but they give us these beautiful views around Greenland as well. When this creator started coming into the Tuber Chat family about 1.5 years ago, these are the videos I started seeing first. These ones where they're water-based views around Greenland, icebergs, glaciers, and beautiful mountain views. And then this creator has a podcast happening that continues today. And then they've done some shopping videos in the past, experimenting with different ideas. They've given us some tutorials in Canva, I believe, as well, talking about YouTube. I could be mistaken. Sorry, they're talking about YouTube tutorials, not Canva. And then this creator as well has got the shorts that we talked about. Live streams are frequent. They've got a few coming up. They're usually on at least a couple of times a week. So like I said, I caught them yesterday. I caught them the day before that. I caught them a couple weeks before that. And a week before that. Yeah, so maybe once a week. Somewhere between once and twice a week I usually catch them. And they got a StreamYard panel full of guests. And Greenland Quilter Katie's always encouraging everybody to connect the same way we do here. Most creators are in the Tuber Chat family, and I appreciate that, of course. I'm sure everybody does. We always have more places to meet each other, right? And meet more generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters, let's just say. Let's think about spinning the wheel. Greenland Quilter Katie, thank you for another gifted membership. She's done that kind of thing 100 times here, and I certainly do appreciate it. And then Jeremy D-Day is a creator who's been with me for probably 6.5 years, maybe closer to 7 by now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I gotta do a better job with that Nightbot timer and put an emoji in it or something. Pete does a better job with that than I do. I gotta copy one of his, maybe. And then Jeremy D-Day up on the screen. This creator's got a couple of channels as well. So I mentioned the idea that he's been with me for probably, it could be as long as 7 years. So I'd already been on YouTube a couple of years, right? I started 9 years ago. I didn't even start with my own channel. I was running somebody else's channel. I didn't even start mine for like a year after, because I figured, oh, I got all the time in the world and I'm probably going to start a channel every year. And I was for a while. There was a couple ideas that I kind of let fall by the wayside. I was helping other people with other channels for a while. But what I discovered was eventually by accident running into a group of creators, basically called small YouTubers, that were supporting each other. And I was kind of overwhelmed. I said, this is amazing. Everybody watches everybody's videos. Everybody shows up at everybody's channels and everybody supports each other. There's not jealousy. I mean, that kind of thing is apparent on YouTube in places, but not with these creators. And I was overwhelmed. And I said, this is wonderful. Felt like a college party to me where somebody's saying, come with us. We're going to introduce you to all our friends. Don't worry. By the end of today, you're going to know everybody. And it truly was that way. And then about a year after that, I said, I'm going to start a channel that does what you all are doing. There's a lot of growth streams out there. There's more today. There was plenty when I started. It's not my idea. I just said I'm going to do one with my special twist, and we're going to put the focus on the friendships. And that's where playlist swapping comes from. It's the hidden agenda between Playlist swapping is the friendships that are going to be made between creators when you trade favors. Let's just say, if that makes any sense. So Jeremy from Wisconsin here has 2 different channels, but he's one of the first creators I met in that group and continues to support today. Jeremy's here for every stream he can be. He's been doing a lot of live streaming himself, as a matter of fact. So he's got a video coming up in a few days. We'll look forward to that. He's got a couple lately. This Temu haul is a little bit short for us, but I'm going to put it in my catch-up list. We'd like to connect with videos 3 minutes or longer. But it's not that there's a right or wrong way to connect. We just say that because we've been doing it for 5.5 years or 6 years, and we know that it always works. You see, when I put channels on the screen, they're always subscribed, right? It's very rare that YouTube takes my subscriptions away because I do it exactly the way we talk about for all these years. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 28,000, 69,000 views, and it's pure variety over here. And then a few live streams. Like I said, Jeremy's been out giving us walk and talk live streams as well. This creator's got another channel. If I look at JD Knight 7, this is where I originally met this creator, and here he's bringing a lot more music, album rankings, reviews, CDs, shorts. He's done more in the past, but this creator's really talking music. Seems to be a lot of heavy metal in my opinion, but he really mixes things up. There's some Johnny Cash there, so some Christian music there. Judas Priest is there. He's got some other 90s stuff that I've caught on his channel as well. Shorts over here have gotten into, look at this, 389,000 views. One of them at 956,000 views. My dear goodness, some of those celebrity shorts, celebrity shoutouts do well. And he's done some live streams over here as well, but those are more of an experiment. So hopefully everybody will connect with Jeremy D-Day. That's JD Knight 7. And he's obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And then Hala is up on the screen right now. So I've been struggling for a few months now to try to figure out exactly how to describe this channel. It's sort of a one of a kind because what they're bringing us, as much as I want to say travel, right? It comes to mind because we look at especially all the outdoor footage. We see them at different events and things like that. But basically what they're bringing us are different events, sometimes behind the scenes, sometimes the features themselves, like a St. Patrick's Day parade is a perfect example. They're an auto enthusiast. They bring us to a lot of car shows. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep joking about that helps me keep or get caught up with creators. They've got shorts over here. Lots of people in the chat will probably be able to pick off the makes and models of some of these cars better than myself, but I like looking at them as much as anybody. They've gotten into 3,100, 3,300 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they've done a few different things. So they might be in New Jersey, is that right? Walking on the beach in New Jersey, because they do a lot of New York content, but I'm still unsure right now. Being a tourist in their own city, there we go, New York City Ferry. So there they know, New York. And I've been lucky to spend a good amount of time in New York myself as well. I look forward to hopefully going back there at some point. Hopefully everybody will connect with Hala. They're working on 800 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. There's another channel that's been here for maybe every stream since finding us. It's been many months now, but they're here with us all the time, and I certainly do appreciate that. And they're out supporting other creators as well. And then we're going to look at one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 9 years on YouTube when we talk about Scratch and PPA in a second. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. I'm lucky to have been through New Jersey a couple of times. Only spent a limited amount of time there. But what a lot of people do when they go on cruises is they'll stay in New Jersey and then just take a cab into New York to go to the cruise ports and things like that. And I worked on a cruise ship for one summer. Turned out I actually quit. I was supposed to be there for 6 months. I quit after 4 months. And when you do that, they don't pay for your flight home. They're like, well, you can leave whenever you want, but we're not flying you back. So I had to, a friend actually came from Toronto to pick me up. So I stayed in New Jersey. I'll never remember the name of the restaurant I would have gone to or hotel I would have stayed in. It was in like 1996, right? But we did go and hang out in Manhattan. And I'd hung around in, I used to buy records of Vinyl Mania in the Village on Saturdays, and I did a few touristy things, the Empire State Building and one of the naval marine, what do they call it, a naval museum, one of the ships that was down there. So Scratch and PPA is up on the screen right now. This creator, like I said, is one of the most supportive that I have met in my 9 years on YouTube. Scratch and PPA has been with us from almost the beginning, and our 6-year anniversary is coming up in a couple of weeks, if you can imagine. Less than 2 weeks, if you can imagine that now. And when we look at what Scratch and PPA is doing on their channel, they are bringing an interesting twist to lottery ticket scratching. This is a creator with perfect consistency. I have not seen him miss a week in long over 5 years of the Scratch Challenge series of videos. He pits 2 lottery tickets against each other in every video and then gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video. If we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, which of course I do, it sets a series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. He's got presentation at the forefront of his mind. First of all, his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video, and I can't say enough about it ever since he even refreshed the video format about mid-January, I think, right? There's even more to them now. And then this creator's got a bright, beautiful avatar matched by content in the thumbnails, which we might expect from most channels, but he also gives us a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series. His banner's updated every single week, if you can imagine that. If you can catch us for one of his premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Superchat family. It is very fast-paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. He rivals those of the Stock Explorer, Butler Family Farm, Jesse Journals Unboxes, and a few select others. It is very exciting, and you'll meet more friends there, of course. This fellow Canadian is monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And you'll notice that he expanded his content on his channel a couple years ago. He took a trip to Italy, and brought us some vlogging style shorts videos. This is before shorts became 3 minutes, so he had the foresight to be doing this with traditional short videos and a lot of Italian lottery tickets as well. And then he returned to Italy this past summer and brought us an entire series of new Italian lottery tickets as well. So hopefully everybody will check these out. He's got a playlist, of course. And then live streams. So he started, I was there for the first live stream. I know a lot of us are hoping for more, but hopefully everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA. I know we're all excited that he's expanded the content on the channel, and that replays there so that we can get an idea of where he was visiting while he was in Italy, if that makes sense. And then that might be it, Hala. Like I said, it's a long time ago, right? What is that, 30 years ago? It's 30 years ago now, as a matter of fact. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA. One of the things I haven't been mentioning enough lately, his playlist, you'll notice on a front page here, what he's done is taken the time it takes to run an entire playlist and put it into the title. So when he's swapping playlists with people, because all of our moderators do it, it's still a benefit to monetize channels, but you get an idea how long it's going to take. When somebody runs a playlist of your videos, they're running them from beginning to end, every single video. So that can bump up the averages on your channel for retention. We all need that. And then Butler Family Farm is coming up right in time for dinner, but that's okay. Jerry tries to be here every day. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. What on earth could be wrong with my... I typed it. Butler Family Farm. Oh, because 2005. Yeah, because that's what I mean. My copy and paste wasn't working earlier, so I had to type that one. Butler Family Farm is up on the screen right now. This is Jerry and Susan. They bring us 116 acres of farmland, so it's basically homesteading content, in my opinion. Now, they bring us around the farm. They show us all that it takes to look after the property. They bring us into their home. They do a lot of canning and prepping and cooking and baking and all the things we expect from our homesteading friends. And they show us what it takes to look after the livestock. They've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, bees, koi, and more. And then Jerry does remarkable woodworking in his shop as well. He brings us that in many videos. And then it looks like they've got the bees out again. So this is, I've lost track of how many years it is. It must be year number 3 for the bees, if I'm not mistaken. And then you get an idea of the different kinds of things they're bringing to us. They show us what they have to do when things go wrong. They show us the things they have to improvise with. They collaborate with other farmers as well. And they meet up with a lot of YouTubers. We'll look at that in the live streams, but they meet up with people both in large and small groups. Popular shorts over here have gotten into 12,000 views. One of them's at 55,000. Now, Jerry let us know about a year and a half ago he started using the YouTube promotion system. So this is a legitimate way for channels to advertise. It's paid advertising, right? But you can aim for subscribers. They've got a program in the YouTube studio for this. Actually, Jerry shares information about it in a series of live streams where he gets together with Beltloop 29 and they talk about all the things they've learned in their YouTube journey as well to help other people getting started. Now, that is not something I'm going to recommend or use at all. But it is something that people can use. It depends on what your goals are on YouTube, what you want to get out of your channel. The different ways to grow result in different things all the way along, if that makes sense. But it's something to consider, let's just say. So Butler Family Farm also does a ton of live streaming. Jerry and Susan together give us a chance to get to know them every Monday. Sometimes it's them at home doing a live stream. Sometimes they've got a StreamYard panel. Lately, they've been getting involved in a bake-along idea where they're making sugar-free desserts with a couple of other creators. Chef Civi from Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official and Devil Dog as well, who is a well-known creator in that community. And collaborations like that lead to a lot of organic rapid growth for channels, because like I said before, when you're featured on anybody else's channel, you're pretty much guaranteed to grab a handful of not just their subscribers but most supportive supporters. 7 hives Jerry's got now. I know how excited he was when he started with the bees. And it's great to see that that's going well. Tim Mitchell's in the house, speaking of Chef Civi and Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. He produces the videos and multicam live streams over there. He's an incredibly supportive creator. I run into him constantly in other people's channels all week long. Butler Family Farm, hopefully everybody will connect with. Everybody's BFF, and again, that's Jerry and Susan. And in the live streams, we get a chance to see meetups, like I said, both large and small, sometimes in StreamYard panels. You'll meet more friends over there as well. Look at that luck. Tim Mitchell, the wheel, chose you the second you walked in the door. We'll look at their channels right now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuberchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And when we look at, oh yeah, thank you, Wheats Art. Yeah, because I unlist the stream sometimes. When it's overly busy, when it's like way too much, I make the stream unlisted. And then it slows it down because not everybody's going to be able to get back easily. It sounds ridiculous. Why wouldn't you want as many people in your stream at all times as possible? But in Tuber Chat, when we start to get into that third hour, I don't want to disappoint as many people as, you know, we always seem to have to when it comes to channels not getting on the screen. We want to get to as many people who are here as possible. So Tim Mitchell up on the screen right now. Produces the videos for a couple of other channels. I'll go through these fairly quickly, but he's got a lot of outdoor footage here. He also brings us a lot of shorts on his channel. He's now on the road to 500 subscribers. We know that's an important and exciting milestone. When we look at what he's bringing us, sometimes it's outdoor footage itself. A lot of times he's on the road bringing us dash cam footage. He's gotten into 1,600, 1,900 views on a couple of those shorts videos, and then plenty of live streams. Tim's usually on the road on Tuesdays and brings us along. He does a great job of keeping up with the chat when he's there. I have a tough time catching him because he's usually on when I'm literally doing my Monday to Friday gig. Sometimes I'm lucky enough to have an early afternoon, and if he's got a late day, I'm able to catch him. But like I said, always engaging, and this is the creator behind Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. The handle for that is Chef Civvy. And this is one of the channels we just talked about because they get involved in those bake-along videos where they're making sugar-free versions of molten lava cake or pecan pie or key lime pie and a few different things. They do these every month now. And then Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official is where Chef CV is going to help us navigate the kitchen. She makes interesting dishes and meals, but helps us understand the bakeware, the cookware, and talks about a lot of the appliances and things like that that we're going to find. This creator as well has got shorts on the channel, and these feature a little bit of variety. Once in a while, Chef Civy's in the kitchen for these. We see that the most popular ones have now gotten into 1,500 and 2,600 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. You'll notice the colorful wheel that's been a theme throughout the channel, and this is the Mystery Wheel of Misfortune. So basically what happens is every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, this channel is on live for a multicam setup, and the audience is able to contribute ingredients. Chef CV usually spins the wheel and then is all but forced to make a combination of whatever comes up, and it can be really interesting combinations to say the least. And then when we look at another channel that they've got here, the unofficial official off-topic squirrel, this is a complimentary channel. We get more of a look about Chef CV here, taking us on different types of adventures or giving us different stories that are told. Shorts on the channel, these have gotten into 1,200, 1,500 views, and then live streams as well. So on this channel, they typically go live. Once in a while they do a pop-up, but they typically go live on the last Saturday of every month. So maybe next week we'll be expecting a stream where they play Cards Against Humanity, and that can be a pretty wild game, as most of us know. And then they're celebrating 3,000 subscribers tonight. Let me go back to that last channel, Chef CV, where they've got a live stream coming up. So this is what they're doing for tonight, celebrating 3,000 subscribers, which is great to am I right? Celebrating 3,000 watch hours. What am I thinking of? Pardon me. So they're celebrating 3,000 watch hours. Hopefully everybody will connect with both the unofficial off-topic squirrel, the unofficial official off-topic squirrel, Tim Mitchell, and Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. And I'll be over there as well for sure. Matter of fact, I'm going to get that and save it right now so that it's already ready to go. And then hopefully everybody will connect. Next Saturday they're going live, which is great to know. We have a special video this coming Saturday, which is the 6th episode in our interview series, where we're going to talk to Be Amazing Sylvia about how to get 10,000 subscribers. So Six Bows is Back is coming up. We're just going to go for 3 minutes and come right back. All right, we're just about back. Vintage Style by Joe. Just please let me know if you're still in the chat. Otherwise, we're firing through channels now, and we still got a few minutes, which is great to know. I'm curious to know if anybody's going to go live at 8 o'clock that's in the chat right now, or drop a premiere or anything like that. Just if anybody happens to be. Six Bows is back. This is a longtime friend. She's been with us pretty much from the beginning as well, so it's got to be 5 years, if not longer. And she does a lot of different things, but this creator really brings us into her life. Now, she might take us shopping, she might take us out on an adventure, she brings us into her home. She does a lot of cooking, as a matter of fact, and then you get information about what she's doing on her channel. I gotta try to remember the name of the second channel while I talk about this. She's got shorts on the channel as well, and she gets the whole family involved, really. But this creator will get into some of these popular shorts that have got, look at this, 106,000, 288,000, 418,000. One of the things I talk about with cooking on YouTube, and particularly in the Tuber Chat family, is that we get a chance to see what people are really making, right? In their homes, for their families, for their friends. Very much different than the cooking TV shows that we might watch. And I watch those too. I enjoy them as much as anybody else. But you know what I mean, right? It's a little bit different when people don't have unlimited pantries and, ranges and things like that are probably into the tens if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then thank you, Scratch and PP. I don't know why it wasn't coming to me. 6 daughters in a row. She's got another channel we'll look at in a second. Just plenty of live streaming. So she's got a cheesecake video here, a live stream, Costco cheesecake for that one. And this creator, like I said, will bring us shopping often, both in live streams. She brings us into her home. She takes us out on adventures, and she's always smiling and laughing. She's been, like I said, a friend for years, and still loyal and dedicated supporter after all this time. And thank you for that, Scratch and PPA. I know a lot of people will say, I don't know how he does it. I really don't. But another example of how much this creator cares about the YouTube journey, those of us in the Tuber Chat family, and especially their fellow creators, right? 6 daughters in a row, 116 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 200. We know that she's thinking about. She's got some shorts over here to get the channel started with as well at 3,600, 5,900 views, which is great to see. And then live streams over here as well. She's done plenty of live streaming up to many months ago. We'll see if she's going to continue those, but we got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And then Rushing Wind Mountain, this is Ruby coming to us from the Pacific Northwest. This creator is bringing a mix of nature and wildlife, always with pleasing audio, pleasing visuals. You get an idea from some of the thumbnails, the things that they're bringing to us. All variety when we think about different nature and wildlife videos. And you find more of the wildlife when we get over to the shorts videos here. You'll find some humorous moments in some of those as well. And all 4 seasons, I like to mention. You know, not everybody has access to snow or has experienced snow, so a lot of people turn to YouTube for that kind of thing. And hopefully everybody will connect with Rushing Wind Mountain. They've been with us pretty much from the beginning as well, so we're talking about just about 5 years, I'm sure. I think it's longer than 5 years, but it could be somewhere around there. And obviously monetize. Lots of ways to support this creator, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and then live streams as well. They've experimented with both vertical and horizontal, or portrait and landscape, and they've brought us a few different things, usually in line with the rest of their long form content here. So hopefully everybody will connect with Rushing Wind Mountain. And the creator's name is Ruby. You'll see them mentioned by name in many people's chats. I run into them constantly. I would like to say daily. It's got to be pretty close to it, bouncing in between different people's premieres and live streams. And then Soul Magic Fabric Magician Annette is coming up right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So this creator is always laughing and having a good time. We can see on their front page here. I'm just looking at some of their videos. Some of these were done around the Christmas time, right? An Advent unboxing series they did here. I'm just looking at these videos because I really would like to get to know this channel better. That comes from watching videos, right? I run more videos than I watch, but I just want to grab one of these. I'm just going to look at the view counts on them. I think I'm going to take this this one here. And I'm going to just put this in my catch-up list for today. I got plenty of time between now and the next live stream. Like, I have my full-time gig, and I'm working tomorrow on Tuesday, but I should be able to get my playlist watched between now and then. And then shorts on this channel. These have gotten into 1,000 views, 1,400 views, which is great to know. And then live streams. Let's have a look at what she's doing here. She just did one a couple of days ago. It's been a while. I caught you, what, 3 weeks ago? 4 weeks ago. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one. I got notification bells on for every single channel, and it looks like she's doing these, I was gonna say on a weekly schedule, but I must be mistaken about that, so we'll see. In a few days she's probably doing another one. Working on 200 subscribers, which is great to see. Hopefully we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. She's got videos for beginners and experienced quilters. And then, new and rescued fabric is the way that she describes it, that she's working with. So hopefully everybody will connect with Fabric Magician Annette. She's getting the kudos from Vintage Style by Joe in the chat there as an amazing quilter, which is great to know. And I know how much work these creators have to go into. Anybody can look at a quilt and know that it's a lot of work. But after you watch Vintage Style by Joe, you're going to know that quilts can take hundreds of pieces of fabric, and then you think about the sewing and the thought process that goes behind it. There's a lot of work to this. We got lots of friends now that teach us about quilting and all that goes into them. Jody Genealogy is coming up. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Is that Dr. Part-Time and Dr. Overtime, I think is what you're saying there. And then Jody Genealogy, this creator we recognize because Marketplace Boutique has been with the Tuber Chat family for a few years as well now. So this is her second time around. And this creator is already at 2,000 subscribers over here, monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. We'll look at Marketplace Boutique in a second, but she talks here about history, true crime, and travel. She really does a thorough job of researching the different subjects she's talking about and brings a lot of graphical elements into the different animations and things she's doing in her videos. So you get an idea of some of the different bits that are happening, or elements that are happening when I roll over the videos here. But hopefully everybody will connect with Jody Genealogy. You can really hear the passion in this creator when she's talking about the subjects as well. And then Marketplace Boutique. Let me look at the shorts for a second here first, actually. The shorts on this channel, as well as Marketplace Boutique, feature pure variety. She's done this before and done really well with view counts here. 13,000, 14,000, 32,000. And then live streams on the channel as well. She typically brings us out for walks or strolls or fireside chats, or she's on the road or she's on the water. And this creator does this on both channels. With Marketplace Boutique, this creator is going to help us with the ins and outs of selling and buying, or buying and selling when it comes to the idea of platforms like eBay. And this creator will go as far as to take us shopping. She shows us some of the mistakes to avoid. Once in a while, she brings variety over here. She'll take us shopping, actually, to find collections of things. She'll show us how to break up collections and sell things individually. But she also helps us, first of all, she brings a little bit of variety from her own life, some hot tent camping there in a video. But she also helps us with our YouTube journey. So she could be giving us a tutorial in some graphic design, how to make emojis or badges for our channel and other graphics and things like that. So hopefully everybody will connect with Marketplace Boutique. Obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. She has been for years now. Shorts on this channel, look at these, 28,000, 35,000, 56,000 views. And you can see the mix of variety here, but she's been doing this from the beginning. And then live streams on the channel as well. There's that hot tent camping again, but otherwise she brings us for outdoor fires or walks or She could be on the water or on the road, like I was mentioning. So hopefully everybody will connect with Marketplace Boutique. She's working on 3,200 subscribers over here now. And then hooked on ChatGPT. Yes. The only thing we have to remember, one thing I don't... occupational therapist and physical therapy. Yes. Okay, I should know that. It's so magic. But yeah. Yes, I fully understand then. And... when we think about the AI systems, you know, I have been talking about this lately. I use them every day. I was paying for ChatGPT for almost a year. I just switched to Claude, and there's big reason for that. But they're all similar when we're using them in the traditional sense as a chat to go back and forth. I still love ChatGPT. I'm using it now. They gave me a free month, and I'll probably still use the free version of it after, but I'm only going to pay for one. Let's just say. And the only reason I do is because I use it so much all day. Pardon me. But one thing we have to remember is that they're not perfect. They could be incorrect. So when we're looking for information, we just don't want to take what the AI systems give us as gospel, because they're getting their information off the internet. And there's a term called context rot. And I'll type that in the chat just in case anybody doesn't catch exactly what I'm saying. Context rot. What that means is that as a conversation goes on with an AI system, doesn't matter if it's Gemini, Claude, ChatGPT, any of them, the longer the conversation goes on, the worse the conversation can get. Not always, but once you get beyond like 20 messages back and forth, it starts to not make sense. One of the things you'll notice is you'll say like, hey, ChatGPT, I got an idea for a video. And then they'll say, that's a wonderful idea, Jody. You should follow through with that. Let me help you. And then 2 seconds later, you're going to say like, I don't like that idea. Actually, I'm going to ixnay that idea. I'm going to come up with another idea. And they'll be like, that's a really thoughtful idea, Jody. It's probably the right decision. And you're like, wait a second. You just said it was a great idea. So we have to be careful with these things. You know, I'm looking at this stuff every day. I believe I understand how they work, but there's a lot to it. You don't have to go and deep dive into the backgrounds of these things and watch a million videos about it or any of that stuff. Just be aware that when we're looking at stuff, they're not perfect yet, right? Whether they ever will be, I don't know. We remember the days making images just a year ago where they were making all kinds of spelling mistakes. So, Wheat's art is up on the screen right now. This is Wheat and Shaw. They've got a second channel here basically to feature the art that they're making. And I'm just going to grab the latest video that they've got. I'm going to put this into that catch-up playlist that I keep talking about. We really never know what to expect from this creator. On the art channel, we get an idea though. And in the shorts videos, they give us a real look at some of the art that they're creating. Right? And then when we get into live streams, we see that this creator is doing a lot of live streams. A lot of these are meant for people to be able to kind of click in and out and connect with each other while they loop through content here. They're working on 1,400 subscribers on this channel. But then we're going to look at Wheat and Shaw. And this is where we had met this creator originally on this channel. They got 700 subscribers over here. Are they live right now? They might be live right now. I'm not sure. Oh, I think they were live moments ago. Were they? Yeah, they were live 3 hours ago. So, oh, they just finished probably. I think they just finished. Because when the time comes up, it usually means they started at that time. So I think they were on the same time today. Wheat and Shaw, though, is going to bring us all kinds of variety. A real chance to get to know this creator. But they are truly a dynamic host. They do a great job of keeping up with the chat. But I'll promise you, you really never know what to expect when you first get over there. 4,000, 5,000, 5,100 views on some of these shorts. And then live streams on the channel as well. And this creator, the titles say it all. We really just never know what to expect from Wheat and Shaw. So hopefully everybody will connect and push them towards the 800 subscribers they're thinking about. Forgive me, I'm overtime again like always, but I'll try to speed it up. Boy, can I talk, right? Vintage Style by Joe is coming up. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Where was the video that I was talking about? Vintage Style by Joe? Was she doing a live stream? Why am I confused now? Oh, here they are. Yes, it was a live stream. Sorry, I wish I caught that. See, Joe's on Friday mornings, I believe at 9:45. Is that right? 9:45 a.m. Eastern. Right at the time I'm working. Those are like right in my work time. If I have a holiday Friday or for some reason I'm able to get a late start, I'll be able to get in there. But unfortunately, I think I'm not going to have the best chance of that. So this one, I must have run this then. I ran this as a replay at the end of my catch-up playlist from the other day. But this is interesting. Scrappy fabric flowers, and this is an idea for Mother's Day. So Vintage Style by Joe has done a great job of this. If you dig back through some of the older videos from last year, you're going to see that she got the jump on autumn, she got the jump on Christmas, and this creator makes all kinds of vibrant, colorful, handmade things, often from scraps of material, but not always. Otherwise, she's got collections of fabrics and materials herself, or she gets sent a lot of things as well. She's let us know that anything like a pillow can take up to 150 pieces. If you can imagine, a quilt can take up to 500 pieces, my dear goodness. And she recently did another video. I can't, there's so much to say about so much that she does, because I'm so impressed by the different ideas that come up and the different handmade, homemade things that are able to be made, taking sometimes ordinary things from around the house and turning them into vibrant, colorful handmade things. Otherwise coming up with ideas like this computer or laptop tote or tablet tote, more pillows with cushions, with things like, imagine having a little pillow. You can put your phone right in that if you wanted to, for those of us who have our phone beside us while we fall asleep. I don't quite do that, but I know a lot of people do. We'll spin the wheel to get another channel up on the screen. The curtains were just as impressive as anything else that I've talked about on her channel, these spring patchwork curtains. And I'm just so amazed by not just the creativity that goes into it, but the detail, the thought, and the collaboration with other people, right? Because Joe will let you know when things have been sent to her. You know, it's not just things that she's got. We joke that she's got a few videos that say scraps are not my boss. So she's not always working with scraps of materials, but often, let's just say. And then Just Jason Keto is up on the screen, a beloved and dedicated moderator. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuberchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. So Michael's Adventures has a premiere. It's just started. He always runs a long intro for us, but anybody can go over there. I'll be over there in a few minutes as soon as we're finished here. I've pinned the link so anybody can get there easily. I'll drop it a couple more times. Yes, work for the scrap boss maybe. And then all of our moderators, including Just Jason Keto on the screen, Michael's Adventures, who's got his premiere running right now, they all allow us to connect the same way we do here in Tuberchat. So you'll meet more friends on any of their channels. Just Jason Keto typically live streams on Thursdays at 7:30 Eastern. We get a chance to get to know Jason behind the channel. We get to talk both keto and YouTube, because a lot of our Tuberchat friends will come in there. His channel continues to grow rapidly. This creator collaborates with a lot of other people, especially when it comes to the idea of keto, but once in a while he brings us a homestead hangout as an idea, introducing us to other YouTubers. He might do a multicam cook-along live stream. He's always thinking about different ideas for the audience. He's got shorts on the channel as well. Some of the healthy looking and grilling shorts have done really well for him. When he finds a good idea, he backs it up and doubles down on it. He's got a Weber barbecue that always does well, so every year he makes at least one more video to you know, all the videos that do well are going to help the ones behind it, if that makes any sense. And doing something like this, a short for that Weber barbecue, anybody who gets through that short might be recommended the original video as well, so they both continue to get views, if that makes sense. And then he's got 23,000 on one of these shorts. I've seen that one. Typically what he's talking about here is a proper human diet. The idea of a keto-based diet or lifestyle is the regular focus here. He's got tons of recipes, including chaffles. He's very known for these. He's done over 100 chaffle recipes, but he also reviews a lot of products we might find in health food or grocery stores. They say things like sugar, no sugar added. They say things like they're marketed to keto, but he can help us understand the ingredients. All of his recipes only take a few ingredients. They're easy and simple to make, but we can learn as we go. He also does traditional unboxing videos, sometimes of appliances we find around the kitchen, sometimes of gimbals or cameras or things that are related to our YouTube journey. And then this creator's, like I said, always thinking about different ideas. He did a holiday series this year, and then he's got guests on the channel both in videos and live streams. And then he's got another channel set up as well, and it's called It's Just Jason, or at least the handle is. And this is where he's got an opportunity to give us any content that doesn't otherwise fit on the keto channel. He might bring us some travel, some Canadian winter weather. I've actually met up with him a few times in person. He's only a couple hours away from me. So hopefully everybody will connect with this fellow Canadian beloved and dedicated moderator. And then Sarah Prestwood is coming up right now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So I've been trying to make some better decisions, and it's really not about keto itself. I always mention the idea of weight loss. Lots of people do, but it doesn't have to be related. It's not just for that purpose. You know, you can feel better, look better, and all that kind of stuff. And I've done it before by accident. I was on what I thought was a diet at the time. It actually turned out to be keto. I did it for a few months. I lost 30 pounds in 2 months. Wasn't that difficult at all. And lately, though, I've been trying to make better decisions because I'm on the road. I have been for a year with this full-time gig of mine, trying to find things to eat. And I was looking at protein bars. I used to eat these Atkin ones occasionally. Those are the ones I have heard had been the best for not being terrible for the ingredients. But it's so funny because everything I see that's keto, you know, marketed towards keto is chocolate and peanut butter or caramel chocolate something. And I'm like, what? I thought, shouldn't we be thinking about stopping the cravings as opposed to satisfying them? But I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's everything. Every time I look at protein bars, they're cookies and cream or chocolate and something. The master of all movies, Presswood DVD collector. This creator is going to show us their expanding collection of DVDs and Blu-rays and other things. Luckily, they just got their phone fixed as well, so they're doing a little more YouTube now, both supporting other creators and making content. Sarah Presswood's another loyal and dedicated supporter who always engages conversation, and she does a lot of live streaming as well. I've caught her for a couple of them. When we look at shorts over here, 2200, 2400, 6900 on one of these, they can feature a little bit of variety, but here's Sarah Presswood giving us an example of the things she does in her live streams, usually talking about DVDs and Blu-rays. And she's got a engaged chat along with the live streams as well, where everybody's contributing to the conversation. Easy to do when we're talking about movies, right? Especially Blu-rays and DVDs tending to be classics a lot of the time. And she's put up a couple of my favorites. And P&J's Homestead Adventure is coming up in another second. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then P&J's Homestead Adventure is up on the screen right now. This is Paula and Jason. And when we look at their About section, they're going to let us know they live in New York State on a beautiful 25-acre homestead. They love the outdoors. They share it with us. And when we look at their videos, they post frequently. As you can see, they just put a video up yesterday, as a matter of fact. Spring in New York, giving us a look at the different things that they're growing. Here's some keto ideas right here. And then when we look at Paula and Jason, they've got shorts that have gotten into 2,000 views, 2,200, 2,700. All of their shorts seem to fall in line with their long form content as well. Pardon me, they're working on 200... my dear goodness, 1,800 subscribers. I'm rushing now, right? 1,800 subscribers. And P&J's Homestead Adventure, they've been generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters for as long as I can remember. I'm thinking it's 3 years. It's got to be 2, but I think it's more like 3 years if I'm not mistaken. I lose track of that kind of thing all the time. But hopefully everybody will connect with Paula and Jason on P&J's Homestead Adventure. They're not only here in Tuber Chat frequently, they're out supporting other creators. I run into them all the time. Thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent today. Forgive my quick exit. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I hope you'll connect with all of our moderators. Thank them for everything they do for all of us, not just here, but everywhere else. They're supporting everyone. We're going to go and see one of them right now. Michael's Adventures is dropping a premiere. That means we can continue what we're doing and connect with each other while we're in his chat. So I'll see you over there in